Chapter 38:25. Gone. Lin Fei left just like that, not waiting for them to recover. They saw the young man's figure. An expert. Qin Mingshan's eyes lit up. He originally thought the other was just an expert, but he was even more powerful than he imagined. Quickly go see your senior brother. Qin Mingshan was also worried. The brawny man was helped down. Apart from some superficial wounds, there were no internal injuries. Big Stone, you were reckless. Qin Mingshan recovered a little. Remember, you have to think carefully in the future. You were lucky this time. If he had used some tricks, you wouldn't even know how you died. He is at least an inward strength master, maybe even at the peak of inward strength. I'm afraid he's only one step away from becoming a grandmaster. Everyone present knew the meaning of a grandmaster. Hearing this, they all paled on the spot. Among them was Qin Shanshan. Grandpa, he's at the peak of negative power? Qin Mingshan nodded. At such a young age, with such strength, he's truly a proud son of heaven. When did our Jiangbei have such a young hero? Qin Shanshan was also momentarily absent-minded. Playing around with a beauty when I have nothing better to do. It's quite interesting. For Lin Fei, Qin Shanshan's looks weren't bad, but that's all. The current Lin Fei liked this kind of method. I should get a car. Hailing a taxi, Lin Fei pondered. Otherwise it would be inconvenient to go out. Also, he should get a storage ring. In the passage, a powerful force crushed the storage ring. He was used to having a storage ring, but now that it was gone, he couldn't adapt. Once again, arriving at Watercloud Street, Lin Fei's mouth hung a smile because he planned to give Sister Ro a small gift. But just as he entered the small restaurant, the situation wasn't right. No, it should be said that the atmosphere wasn't right. Little Lin, you came just in time. Something happened to the boss's wife, Zhang, and ran out, panicking. What? Something happened? Lin Fei's eyes emitted a cold light. Don't panic. Speak slowly. Zhang, and was about to call the police, but in the end he endured. Now that he saw Lin Fei, it was as if he had found his backbone. It's like this. Zhang explained in detail. That middle-aged man was very cold and oppressive. We could only watch him take the lady boss away. Did he say anything? Lin Fei could roughly guess who did it. That man said, you should go to Nanshan Hill. Zhang added, you must go before 3 p.m. Good, very good. Lin Fei's eyes turned cold. You dare to be my enemy. It seems that you don't want to live anymore. Zhang and also felt that Lin Fei had changed into another person in an instant. Terrifying. It was truly terrifying. You were right not to call the police. Lin Fei said, look after these things. I'll be back soon. Then you have to be careful. I think that middle-aged man is very powerful. Nanshan. It was located in the heart of Jiangbei district. It was a natural scenic spot. In the evening, the entire Nanshan Hill was full of people. There were fewer people during the day, especially since it was midsummer. Southern sky scenic spot. Lin Fei stood at the foot of the mountain. The sun was scorching and the ground was steaming. This place is not bad. I like it. Lin Fei walked into Nanshan Hill, avoiding some surveillance cameras. He shuttled through the forest and went straight to the top. If someone saw him at this moment, they would definitely exclaim. That figure was almost like a ghost. Even the naked eye could not catch it, except for the swaying leaves. Fu. Full name Yi Fu. This name was given by Yi Tianxiong. It was obvious how important Yi Fu was to Yi Tianxiong, because Yi Fu was a martial artist at the peak of obvious strength. He had killed more than a dozen martial artists who had attacked Yi Tianxiong. Since then, Yi Tianxiong had always kept him by his side. This time, it was also because of his eldest son that he arranged for Fu to come. Under a big tree, Yi Fu stood quietly. His whole body was like a javelin, as if he would pierce through the air in the next second. Coming. Yi Fu, who had been resting with his eyes closed, opened his eyes. The scorching sun of midsummer seemed to have cooled down. "Hurry up, Lin Fei!" Lu Qingrou's eyes were red. She wanted to tell Lin Fei that there was danger here, but she could not shout. She opened her mouth, but could only make muffled sounds. Under the scorching sun, a figure appeared. It was Lin Fei. "You really came. It seems that young master Ye's matter has a lot to do with you." Yi Fu stared at the person who came. There was not a trace of a martial artist's aura on him, no matter how you looked at him. He was just an ordinary person. But from the investigation, this guy named Lin Fei seemed to have a certain martial arts background. Seeing is believing. Yi Fu still believed his own eyes. "Yes, I'm here." Finding people at the top of the mountain was not difficult for Lin Fei at all. Yi Fu's blood qi was not bad. With a slight sense, he could determine the location. Seeing that Lu Qingru was fine, he was relieved. "Young master's matter, did you do it?" Yi Fu took a step forward. With this step, Yi Fu's aura at the peak of clear power was fully released. It was like a towering mountain crushing down. Wherever his feet landed, the ground also collapsed into a crack. Yi Fu's eyes focused, like two strong lights, directly attacking Lin Fei's soul. This was the kind of sight that only martial artists could see. Those who were weak were ordinary people. Just a single sight was enough to make them unable to bear it. "I did it, so what?" Lin Fei moved. "How dare you disrespect my sister Ro? Did you eat a leopard's gall?" Yi Fu's vision blurred, and his mind went blank. He subconsciously wanted to retreat, but a shadow came down. With a loud crack, his whole body hit a tree. Pft, pft, pft. With this hit, Yi Fu did not know how many bones in his body were broken. How old is he? How can he be so strong? I can't even block one move from him. Yi Fu struggled, but he could not. The person in front of him was too scary. The Southern Sky Group was probably going to get into trouble. Yi Fu knew better than anyone else how powerful a martial artist was. A word popped up in his mind. Grandmaster. To be able to defeat him like this, the person had perfect control of his strength. This was not something that could be done by someone at the peak of covert power. Then there was only one possibility. This person was a grandmaster, a transcendent grandmaster. Yi Fu's face turned pale. He usually did not make a move, but this time he really kicked a big iron plate. Wah! Lin Fei patted Lu Qingrou's body and released the seal. Lu Qingru, who was on the verge of a breakdown, threw herself into Lin Fei's arms and began to cry. "It's okay, I'm here." Lin Fei gently patted Lu Qingrou's back. After a few pats, Lu Qingru fell asleep. "Go back and tell the person in charge of the Yi family that I am very angry about what happened today. I will give you 3 days to either kneel in front of me, or I will flatten the Yi family. Boom, boom, boom." It was a light sentence, but it was filled with endless coldness. Yi Fu's blood boiled, and he opened his mouth to vomit blood. "It's over, it's over. The Yi family cannot withstand the anger of a grandmaster." Chapter 38:26. A trash at the peak of obvious strength. Lin Fei didn't bother to kill him. He couldn't even resist one punch, not to mention others. Holding the sleeping Lu Qingru, Lin Fei turned around and walked down the mountain quickly. Almost every step he took covered a distance of several meters. Fortunately, there were few people in Nanshan during the day, and it was summer. Otherwise, she would have thought that she had seen a ghost. "Where am I?" Lu Qingru slowly opened her eyes. "In your room." Lin Fei smiled. "Now you are safe. No one will disturb you." "Thank you." Lu Qingru looked at Lin Fei with a complicated gaze. If it wasn't for her brother, Lu Qingfeng, none of these things would have happened. Lu Qingru felt a little guilty. "What are you thanking me for?" Lin Fei didn't care. "You take a rest first. I will make a gift. I promise it will make you forget everything." I haven't seen you for a few years, and you still know how to play tricks." Lu Qingru burst into laughter. In her impression, Lin Fei had always been a relatively introverted person. Now looking back, there was indeed a big change. "People will grow up, can I change?" Lin Fei turned around and went downstairs to see the corresponding materials. "Thank you, Uncle Zhang." Zhang and was also curious. "Lin, are you going to cook?" "You'll know later." Lin Fei smiled mysteriously and began to work. Zhang and was curious at first, but when the young man in front of him started to work, his smooth movements were really shocking. That knife skill was simply amazing. Not to mention eating. Just looking at his movements was pleasing to the eye. "Lady Boss, why are you down here?" Zhang and was fascinated, and a figure appeared next to him. Who else could it be but the lady boss, Lu Qingru? "He is cooking." Lu Qingru was very surprised in her impression. Lin Fei was not a person who could cook, but now his exquisite knife skills and cooking skills made him look like an experienced chef. Did Lin become a chef these years? Lu Qingru couldn't believe that he could reach this level in 6 years, but for some reason, she suddenly felt warmth in her heart. This kid can't be thinking of cooking a dish for me, right? Lin Fei had never been a chef before. However, as an Immortal Realm expert, his powerful, perceptive ability was always successful when it came to cooking. "Shaolin, this is a duck." Lu Qingru walked in. "No matter how I look at it, it seems different." Lin Fei chuckled. "It's definitely different. This is a unique skill. Sister Ro, you must taste it later. I can guarantee that you will never forget the taste for the rest of your life as the first person to taste it." "Then I really want to taste it." Lu Qingru made up her mind. No matter what the taste was, she would not break Lin Fei's heart. A man cooking for a woman, no matter what, was not a common sight. An hour later, Lin Fei fished out a duck. The moment he fished it out, he saw a golden duck that looked like a work of art. At the same time, an alluring fragrance filled the air. First it was the kitchen. After that, the whole restaurant was filled with it. After that, it gradually floated to the street outside. "Shaolin, what does it look like?" "It's so beautiful, and the color is so charming." Lu Qingru had never seen this kind of duck. Zhang and the chef was also stunned. Lin Fei glanced at the duck in his hand and was very satisfied. "Sister Ro, it looks good, right? This is not an ordinary duck, but an authentic immortal duck." Putting the duck on the chopping board, Lin Fei picked up the kitchen knife and cut the duck into pieces, which fell on the plate. "Sister Ro, please taste my immortal duck. There are a total of 101 pieces, also known as 1 in 100. Immortal duck." Lu Qingru had eaten a lot of ducks, but this was the first time she saw an immortal duck in front of her. Especially on the plate, the top piece of meat was as thin as a cicada's wing. Countless lines formed a looming immortal character. This piece of duck meat actually has a character. Lu Qingru walked up and smelled the fragrance. Her stomach growled. Lin Fei said proudly, "This piece of duck meat is the essence. Taste it." This immortal duck was seen in an ancient book. Lin Fei found it and planned to give it to Lu Qingru. An immortal duck was enough to sweep the food circle and easily set up a brand. This was Lin Fei's gift to Lu Qingru. Lu Qingru smiled very happily. Although the piece of duck meat was not big, it was full of endless temptation at this time. She carefully picked it up. The duck meat, as thin as a cicada's wing, had lines converging to form an immortal character. In addition, this character carried an elegant aura. Amazing! "This is the dipping sauce." Lin Fei pointed to the plate next to him. "The original taste is delicious." Lu Qingru was also a little foodie. With one bite, a mysterious feeling instantly filled the taste buds. Lu Qingru's face also showed an intoxicated expression for a long time. "Delicious, so delicious." Lu Qingru never knew that this duck meat could be so delicious. Thank you, I have learned a lot today, and thank you for the immortal duck. Lu Qingru said to Zhang and Uncle Lin, come and try it. It's definitely a world delicacy. In fact, Zhang was also drooling, knowing that Lin Fei made it for the lady boss. He naturally did not dare to go up and taste it. This immortal duck is made for everyone to eat. Lin Fei said with a smile, Sister Ro, one person can't finish this immortal duck. Hearing this, Zhang was not polite anymore. After eating the first piece of duck meat, he actually cried with joy. Delicious, top-notch delicious, worthy of the name immortal duck. Zhang completely fell in love with the immortal duck. Lu Qingru ate several pieces of duck meat. Although it could not be compared with the first piece, it was also top-notch delicious. Little Fei, today is the happiest day for me. I didn't expect you to hide your strength and have this skill. Lu Qingru was full of smiles. At this moment, Lu Qingru was the Lu Qingru in Lin Fei's eyes. Sister Ro, I think your small restaurant should be renovated and you can make immortal duck in the future. Lin Fei said with a smile, and this immortal duck is my little gift to you, Sister Ro. Ah, Lu Qingru was shocked. No, this is too expensive. Lu Qingru opened a restaurant, so she knew the value of the immortal duck better than anyone else. If it was made, it would be worth at least tens of millions of yuan. Lu Qingru had no doubt that as long as everyone tasted the immortal duck, they would never forget it for a lifetime. It was really delicious. Lady boss, it's not good. There are a lot of people outside. The only woman left ran in a panic. They said, our small restaurant has good things. Lin Fei said with a smile, Sister Ro, since everyone is looking for it, why don't you take this immortal duck and go out to advertise it? I believe the next time the restaurant opens, it will be crowded. You won't regret it. Lu Qingru's impression of Lin Fei changed again. Lin Fei said seriously, you helped me in the past, and now it's just a small gift. Don't refuse. For me, if I want to make money, it's really too easy. Sogu website. Chapter 38-27. The small restaurant became very lively. There was no other reason. Shui Yun Street, the night market street. Even during the day, many people would come to look for delicious food. As soon as the fragrance of the duck came out, it covered almost the entire night market street. Anyone who smelled the fragrance was attracted without exception. They couldn't control their feet. The fragrance was very pure, and people who knew how to eat could basically tell. They found the small restaurant all the way and came in without hesitation. They had to taste it and see what delicious food it was. They swarmed in, scaring the ante. Everyone, please be quiet. I'm the boss here. We were just developing a new dish. As soon as Lu Qingru appeared, she brought out the immortal duck. Everyone who comes as a guest, everyone is in luck. This is a signature dish that we will be introducing in the future. Immortal duck. It is fate that we meet here, so everyone can taste it for me. How does it taste? Lu Qingru was good at doing business. Her words left a deep impression on everyone. As soon as the fairy duck came out, it immediately conquered everyone's stomachs. Delicious. Great. How can there be such delicious food in the world? Fairy duck, it's so delicious. When will this fairy duck be sold? I can't wait to eat it. All the customers who had tasted a piece of duck were full of praise, their faces full of happiness. How could an ordinary duck be so delicious? It left one with a lingering aftertaste. To everyone, this kind of situation was very rare. Unfortunately, there were too few fairy ducks. From beginning to end, Lin Fei didn't go out at all. The taste of the fairy duck conquered everyone. He was no exception. This was a top delicacy. If Lin Fei hadn't taken it out for Lu Qingru, these people would never have tasted it in their lifetime. As Lu Qingru said, the fairy duck would become a signature dish here. At the same time, Jiangbei District, splendid villa. This was a villa area in Jiangbei District. In Zhongbei district, it could be said to be a high-end community, but it was all villas. A villa here cost at least 30 to 50 million. The better the location, the higher the price. It was said that it could reach hundreds of millions of yuan. Those who could live here were all rich and powerful. In a villa near the artificial lake, Yi Tianxiong was in a very bad mood and his face was extremely pale. Ah Fu, what you said is true. Yi Tianxiong could not believe that Ah Fu, who was lying on the bed, would end up like this because of a small matter. According to the private doctor's diagnosis, Ah Fu's injuries were very serious, and he was very lucky to be alive. Ordinary people would have died long ago. In the private doctor's opinion, Ah Fu's injuries were definitely caused by a terrifying external force, such as a car accident. Master, we have to make a decision on this matter as soon as possible. If that person comes to our door, I'm afraid that no one in the Yi family will be his match. Yi Fu didn't even have the strength to speak. His heart was filled with nothing but fear. Yi Tianxiong trusted Fu very much, but this matter was really hard for him to accept. But reality told Yi Tianxiong that the Yi clan was in trouble. Master, my suggestion is to take the initiative to apologize. Yi Fu sighed. I know this is not good, but that person, I suspect that he is a grandmaster. A grandmaster cannot be humiliated. Grandmaster? Yi Tianxiong gasped. Are you sure? There's an 80% chance. Yi Fu smiled bitterly. I am at the peak of overt Jing. Even a covert Jing expert wouldn't be able to defeat me so easily. That person is different. I couldn't even see him make a move. His strength is beyond my imagination. If he really wanted to kill me, I would be a corpse by now. I'm afraid that he purposely sent me back to bring a message. This was what Yi Fu figured out on the way back. Grandmaster, Yi Tianxiong took a few steps back. As a wealthy man in the Zhongbei district, perhaps the people below him did not know of the existence of grandmasters, but Yi Tianxiong did. When a grandmaster was angry, blood would flow like a river. This was no joke, even though there were very few grandmasters nowadays. However, not everyone could afford to offend a martial Dao grandmaster. Once you offend a grandmaster, you might lose your head at any time, because no one could stop a grandmaster from killing someone. Once upon a time, there was a boss with a net worth of 2 billion yuan. Just because he scolded a grandmaster, his entire family was wiped out overnight. Even though everyone knew that it was the grandmaster who did it, no one dared to stand up and say it. The terror of a martial Dao grandmaster was not something you could imagine. That bastard. There was an 80% chance that it was a grandmaster, but Yi Tianxiong did not dare to bet on it. What if he was wrong? There was no second chance. Yi Fu said, Master, there is still a way to turn this around. Otherwise, that person will come for you. Fu, I will take care of this matter. Just focus on recuperating. Yi Tianxiong wanted to slap his eldest son to death. Of all people to offend, he had to offend someone who might be a martial Dao grandmaster. Lin Fei spent 2 days in a row. He personally taught Lu Qingru how to make the fairy duck every day in the small restaurant. Xiao Fei, am I too stupid? Lu Qingru took out the fairy duck. The color was very beautiful, but it was still a distance away from Lin Fei's level. It's only been 2 days. You've done very well, Lin Fei said with a smile. Of course, he would not say that it was impossible to master the celestial duck 100%. Lin Fei personally tasted it. Okay, it's 70% of what I did that day. Only 70%. Lu Qingru said unhappily. Lin Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry. Big Sister Ro, 70% is enough for you to defeat them easily. You just have to remember that it's important. You have to control the most important part, and no one can take the immortal duck away from you. Lu Qingru nodded. After learning how to make the fairy duck these 2 days, she realized the importance of the formula, especially the core of the Chinese medicine. If Lin Fei did not tell her personally, Lu Qingru would not have believed that it was that thing. All right, come a few more times and you'll be able to graduate. Find a renovation team and renovate the place. It hasn't changed in the past 6 years. Lin Fei joked. Fortunately, it hasn't changed. Otherwise, I'd probably be at a loss. Lu Qingru giggled and rolled her eyes at Lin Fei. Don't be so flippant. Madam, someone is coming. Zhang and ran in. And that young Master Yi is here too. Go and hide. Zhang knew that Yi Qinglong was not a good person. He immediately ran in to tell the madam. Call the police now. Lu Qingru subconsciously panicked. She was still a little scared. Lin Fei stopped Zhang and with a look. It's okay. Maybe they are here to apologize. Apologize? Zhang and Lu Qingru were both shocked. Would such a big shot come to apologize? Unless the sun rose from the west. Chapter 38:28. Shuiyun Street, inside a small restaurant. 8 burly bodyguards were standing in a line at the entrance of the small restaurant. That mountain-like pressure and fierce look in their eyes immediately made passers-by give up on the idea of joining in the fun. They couldn't afford to provoke them. Inside the small restaurant, Yi Tianxiong brought his eldest son, Yi Qinglong. In a short period of time, Yi Qinglong could no longer walk. He was so weak that there was not a trace of blood on his face. It seemed like a gust of wind could blow him down, and he could only be supported by the bodyguards. At this moment, Yi Qinglong was panicking. No matter how unwilling he was in his heart, his father's words were constantly echoing in his mind. This must be Ms. Lu. I am Yi Qinglong's father. Yi Tianxiong had the information in his hands. Seeing Lu Qingru come out, he took the initiative to apologize. I am deeply sorry for what my son did. I am here today to apologize. Yi Tianxiong's attitude was very proper when he apologized. His gaze fell on the young man next to him from time to time. It was this seemingly ordinary young man who made Ah Fu suffer a great loss. According to the doctor, it would take at least half a year for Ah Fu to recover completely. It was unknown whether there would be any sequelae in the future. Now, Yi Tianxiong believed it. This person called Lin Fei was indeed not ordinary. It was an intuition. Apologize. Lu Qingru was shocked, suspecting that she had misheard. Yi Tianxiong glared at his eldest son. What are you standing there for? Hurry up and apologize to Ms. Lu. Yi Qinglong was helped up. Miss Lu, I'm sorry. I'm very sorry for what I did before. From now on, this kind of thing won't happen again. Please forgive me, Miss Lu. Yi Tianxiong couldn't figure out what Lin Fei was thinking. He still had to apologize. Ms. Lu, as a father, I should also apologize to you. It is my fault for not teaching him well. Yi Tianxiong bowed to Lu Qingru. I hope you can forgive Qinglong. Lu Qingru didn't know what to do. She subconsciously looked at Lin Fei. Lin Fei smiled faintly and said, since he has come to apologize, just accept it. After all, this Yi Qinglong has indeed done things wrongly. At this moment, Yi Qinglong did not dare to have any hatred towards Lin Fei. After a few days of torture, even a stupid person would know what was going on. What happened to him was 100% Lin Fei's doing. Yi Tianxiong hurriedly said, Miss Lu, I heard that your little restaurant needs renovation. We have a good renovation company under the Yi family. We are willing to help redesign it. Also, we have a check for 5 million yuan. This time, Yi Tianxiong came in person to admit his mistake. No matter what, he had to appease the anger of a grandmaster, even if the possibility was only 80%. Yi Tianxiong couldn't afford to gamble. After some research, Yi Tianxiong found that he could put more effort into this matter with Lu Qingru. Hence, the scene before them happened. Lu Qingru originally wanted to refuse. She didn't want to have anything to do with the Yi family of the Southern Sky Group. Forget it, you guys can leave. Lu Qingru said softly, as long as young master Yi doesn't bother me any more. Yi Tianxiong did not dare to leave. His gaze turned to Lin Fei. As long as this suspected grandmaster did not speak, he would not dare to leave even if he had 100 guts. Who knew what would happen next? Since Sister Ro has said so, you guys can leave. Lin Fei smiled faintly and said, however, leave the 500 yuan. Sister Ro, you have to compensate for the emotional damage. Yes, Mr. Lin. Yi Tianxiong nodded repeatedly. Yi Tianxiong personally took out the 5 million yuan check. Sister Ro, you don't have to renovate, but you scared her away. You have to compensate for the damage. Lin Fei smiled and said, it wasn't easy for her to come all the way here. Yes, this is a small token of appreciation from the Yi family. Yi Tianxiong's attitude was very humble. Please don't refuse, Miss Lu. Lu Qingru hesitated for a moment and did not say anything. You guys can leave now. Lin Fei waved his hand. Young master, Ye's problem will be solved in a few days. This is a good time to remember. Otherwise, you won't even have the chance to regret it in the future. Yi Tianxiong patted Yi Qinglong's head. Did you hear that? Mr. Lin, I understand. I will definitely turn over a new leaf. Yi Qinglong said honestly. Lin Fei did not care what Yi Qinglong said. As long as there was a next time, it would not end so well. Yi Tianxiong was also tactful. He let the bodyguards help Yi Qinglong up and turned around to leave the small restaurant. They came quickly and disappeared just as quickly. Xiao Fei, Lu Qingru felt like she was dreaming. They actually apologized to me. Just treat it as if they were passing by. Lin Fei did not explain further. In the future, that young master, you will not dare to disturb you any more. Xiao Fei, thank you. You are so good to me. I don't even know how to thank you. Lu Qingru's eyes also softened. That's easy. Just cook a table of home-cooked dishes for me. Lin Fei smiled. I will never forget Sis Ro's cooking. Ha, look at what you're saying. At noon, Lin Fei enjoyed a delicious home-cooked meal at the small restaurant. During this time, Lu Qingru rarely wanted to have a drink with Lin Fei. But for some reason, as soon as they started drinking, Lu Qingru was the first to get drunk. You can't hold your liquor well, but you insist on drinking with me. Lin Fei did not know whether to laugh or cry, but he could also see that Sis Ro was indeed happy today. This was the happiest she had ever been since she saw Lu Qingru. Sis Ro, don't worry. You will be happy every day from now on. A few days later, Lin Fei spent almost every day at the small restaurant. Perhaps because Lu Qingru had resolved her worries, her mastery of the immortal duck had improved, and she could basically finish her apprenticeship. The small restaurant also began to be renovated. Things were going according to plan. Lu Qingru was also very busy. She planned to do the renovations herself. Brother Lin, don't forget to come today. Lin Fei, who was wandering outside, received a call from Charlene. Her voice was sweet. After staying at Charlene's house for a while, Lin Fei finally knew Charlene's temper. Don't worry, do I look like the kind of person who goes back on his word? Very good. Charlene giggled. Remember, dress up handsome. Got it. After hanging up, Lin Fei shook his head. Women are not easy to deal with. While muttering, Lin Fei still went to the address sent by Charlene. Under the night sky, in the lobby of Juanhao Hotel, Charlene was wearing a professional uniform and high heels. She had light makeup on her face, and with her tall figure, she became a beautiful sight. Charlene, you're finally willing to bring your boyfriend out. Two beautiful figures appeared in the lobby. The first thing they did was to rush to Charlene. Kikianchi. Charlene also smiled and waved at them. Sogu website. Chapter 38-29. Zhang Kuku and Enshi. The two beauties were Charlene's best friends. They came from the same hostel and were doing well in Jiangbei. Zhang Cuckoo was a model. She was 7 meters tall, and she was quite famous because she often participated in modeling competitions. And she, on the other hand, was pure and innocent. She looked weak and helpless, and anyone who saw her would want to dote on her. The three of them formed a huge contrast when they stood together. Since you guys have boyfriends, of course, I can have one too. Charlene giggled, and she said gently, "Where's your boyfriend? Don't lie to me, or I'll make you drink tonight." And she looked weak and gentle. She was very good at drinking. Most people would find it hard to believe, she was such a weirdo. She was definitely an expert at drinking. "He's on the way." Charlene laughed. "You want me to drink? That's not going to happen. You'd better lie to someone else." Soon, two men, one tall and one skinny, walked over. "Miss Charlene, it's been a while." A skinny young man who seemed like he could be blown away by a gust of wind greeted Charlene. He was Inshi's boyfriend, Zhao Cheng. This combination was a little surprising. When Charlene first met Zhao Cheng, she was also very surprised. Later on, she found out that Zhao Cheng was famous for being good at drinking. He was invincible. As for who was better between Zhao Cheng and Inshi, that was a secret. "You're still the same. It seems like Xiao and didn't give you enough nutrition." Charlene giggled and said to Inshi, "Look at your man. You have to take care of him. Those who don't know might think that you mistreated him." And she rolled her eyes. "Who asked him to be such a disappointment?" Zhao Cheng patted his tummy. "You can't blame Xiaowen. My tummy is disappointing. I'm not getting fat, but my tummy is getting bigger." Everyone burst into laughter. One had to admit that Zhao Cheng's tummy was really big. It looked like he was 6 to 7 months pregnant. The tall man was Zhang Ku's boyfriend, Li Jia. He wore a pair of gold-rimmed glasses and looked gentle. He was also a rich second-generation heir. "Ms. Charlene, you're getting more and more charming," Li Jia said with a smile. "Thank you." In reality, she did not like Li Jia very much. She always felt that there was something wrong with the way he looked at her, but she did not tell him because she was her best friend's boyfriend. Zhang Kuku pinched Li Jia secretly. "Xiao Lin is my bestie. Aren't you afraid that I'll be jealous if you say that?" Li Jia hugged Zhang Kuku and chuckled. "I'm complimenting you, Miss Ya, but you're the most beautiful woman in my heart." He then kissed Zhang Kuku's cheek. Nauseating. And she and Charlene rolled their eyes. At this moment, another figure appeared in the hall. "Here." Li Jia waved. "This is my friend Xia Tianyuan. He heard that there's a beautiful lady here, so he came to get to know her. I hope both of you don't mind." Li Jia explained, and she pouted. "I have a boyfriend, of course I don't mind." Xia Lin did not mind. "It's fine." Xia Tianyuan was tall and sturdy. He was 83 meters tall and wore a fitted suit. There was a special aura about him that made people have an inexplicable, favorable impression of him. "Hi everyone, I'm Xia Tianyuan. It's a pleasure to meet all of you." Xia Tianyuan introduced himself as soon as he arrived. He was polite and gave people a good impression of him. "Handsome," and she giggled. One had to admit that Li Jia's friend was very handsome. "Tianyuan, this is the beautiful Charlene. Since both of you have the same surname, let's get to know each other." Li Jia took the initiative to introduce them. "Miss Ya, you're so beautiful." Xia Tianyuan extended his hand. "Thanks for the compliment." Charlene extended her hand too. The two of them shook hands lightly. After Xia Tianyuan joined them, and she and Zhao Yuan acknowledged him after a few words. Everyone was chatting and laughing at the moment. "Charlene, where's your boyfriend?" Zhang Kuku asked. "It's almost time." They booked a private room upstairs that night. It would be a pity if the person did not go up when the time was up and the room would be cancelled. "He should be here soon." Charlene said, "Why don't you guys go up first? I'll wait here. I'll come as soon as my boyfriend arrives." There's no rush. I know the manager of this hotel. They won't cancel the private room. Xia Tianyuan said considerately. Thank you. Charlene smiled. At that moment, Li Jia lowered his voice and said to Zhang Cuckoo, Cuckoo, are you sure Charlene has just met her boyfriend? Zhang Cuckoo said, Don't worry, he's definitely a new boyfriend. No matter who he is, he can't be compared to Master Xia. I'll be happy if Charlene and Master Xia get together. Li Jia nodded. That's true. Master Xia is the young master of the Jiangbei district. Everyone in Jiangbei district has to respect him. 10 minutes later, a silhouette walked in at a moderate pace. Xiao Lin. Lin Fei was indeed late. He could not help it. Although Lin Fei was an immortal, he could only sit quietly. He had underestimated the traffic in Jiangbei district, especially in the evening. It's normal. Zhang Cuckoo lost interest after taking a glance. At first glance, there was nothing special about him. He was nothing but normal. See, I told you that Xiao Lin's boyfriend isn't anything special, Zhang Cuckoo said. I wonder why she fell for this guy. Charlene was worried that Lin Fei would not come. She would be a joke if that happened. Xia Tianyuan's appearance made Charlene uncomfortable. Why are you so late? Everyone's been waiting for you. Xia Lin sprinted over and laid on Lin Fei's body like an octopus. She was elated. 8-pack, mermaid line, male dog waist. That was what Charlene had been looking forward to. Now he could finally experience it in the open. Don't let the cat out of the bag. You're my boyfriend now, and I'm your girlfriend. Charlene reminded him softly. Lin Fei did not know whether to laugh or cry. Don't you think it's embarrassing for you to take advantage of me like that? Lin Fei exposed Charlene's thoughts. Did I? Charlene refused to admit it. Hug me now. The conversation between the both of them was quick. Lin Fei extended his arm and hugged Charlene, the little pervert. There's a traffic jam tonight. I can't help it. I'll be early next time. Lin Fei said in all seriousness. Xiao Lin, it's not right to show off your affection in public. And she teased. But speaking of which, your boyfriend looks like he has great stamina. I wonder how his alcohol tolerance is. Li Jia was relieved. Since everyone's here, let's go eat. Li Jia said. Nobody had any objections. In the private room, the group of them sat down. Eat as much as you can tonight. I'll pay the bill. Li Jiahao said after they sat down. Then you're going to be a fat sheep. And she smiled. It's okay. Eat as much as you can. Li Jia said proudly, I've earned some money recently. I'm giving you a chance to take revenge. You must seize it. Brother, you don't have to be so courteous. We're old friends. Li Jia said passionately. Don't you agree, Beauty Xia? Charlene nodded. We won't be courteous if we can take advantage of you. Waiter, 2 bottles of Remy Martin first. Li Jia waved. Let's drink until we're drunk tonight. Chapter 38:30. The dinner was scrumptious. Lin Fei was calm. To him, no matter how good the dishes were, they were nothing. Moreover, they were not on the same level as the top-notch dishes in the supernatural world. To be honest, they were not good enough. This tastes all right. Try it. Charlene took the initiative to pick food for Lin Fei. Not long later, the small bowl in front of him was filled with food that looked like a small hill. Xiao Lin, you're too nice to your boyfriend. And she chuckled. Zhang Cuckoo laughed too. Be careful not to scare your boyfriend away. Charlene said happily, my boyfriend is so nice. I can't bear to let him go. I'll find another one if he does. Unsure if it was intentional, Charlene said that to Lin Fei in all seriousness. Lin Fei did not know whether to laugh or to cry. He replied with a smile, You're such a joker. How can I bear to let a beauty like you go? I have to look at you every day and play with you when I'm free. Charlene smiled brightly all of a sudden. That was the happiest thing he had heard that night. "Since you're young, it's all right to call you Shaolin," Li Jia said with a smile. "It's all right," Lin Fei said with a smile. "I've never cared about these small details. Shaolin or Old Lin, it's all the same." "That's right. Let's have a drink." Li Jia picked up his glass. Li Jia could hold his liquor well. He drank half of the glass. "All right." Lin Fei picked up his glass while smiling and drank it too. Charlene picked up some food. "Drink slowly. That guy's good at drinking. Don't force him." She even glared at Li Jia. "Li Jia, it's my boyfriend's first time here. Don't get him drunk, or I won't go easy on him." Zhang Kuku chuckled. "Shaolin, you're really protective of your friend." "Of course." Charlene smirked. Li Jia put down his glass and looked at Xia Tianyuan quietly. He said with a smile, "Beauty Xia, you're overthinking. I'm not that kind of person." Li Jia took the initiative to propose a toast. Everyone was chatting and laughing. The atmosphere in the private room was very good, and Xia Tianyuan was also very good at talking, making everyone laugh from time to time. After eating and drinking to their heart's content, Li Jia suggested that they should sing together. Everyone drank some wine, especially Zhang Kiki and Enshi, who wanted to go. Charlene didn't plan to go, but it was a rare gathering, and she didn't want to spoil her best friend's mood. "It's rare for us to go. With me around, I guarantee that everything will be fine." Lin Fei smiled. He could tell that Xia Lin really wanted to go. For tonight's mission, Lin Fei was to act as Charlene's boyfriend. "Big brother Lin, you're so good to me." Xia Lin also drank 3 cups at night, and her face had a tinge of red. She was very cute. The group found a designated driver. He went straight to the KTV. Night KTV was very famous in Jiangbei district. "Our luck is pretty good. We got a private room." Xia Tianyuan laughed. "If we had come a little later, we would have made a wasted trip." Zhang Kiki said happily, "Big brother Xia, you're really capable. It's hard to get a private room at night KTV if you're not familiar with them." Xia Tianyuan looked proud. "I just happen to know the manager here. Let me know if any of you want to sing here in the future. You're welcome." Zhang Kiki said to Charlene while smiling, "Shaolin, you can increase Big Brother Xia's prestige. You might need it one day." And she said casually, "Yeah, don't you like singing a lot?" Xia Tianyuan said passionately, "If you like singing, you can look for me in the future. I'll definitely give you the best discount." "Forget it. I have a boyfriend now, and I'm busy at work. There's no need for that." Charlene shook her head. "Thank you for your kindness. It's all right." Xia Tianyuan smiled, but a vicious gleam flashed through his eyes. "Shaolin, are you free? Help me get something." After the private room was booked, Li Jia waved at Lin Fei and said, "Sure." After leaving the private room, Li Jia walked ahead. There was another person standing at a corner. It was none other than Xia Tianyuan. "Brother Xia, Shaolin is here." Li Jia was humble to Xia Tianyuan at that moment. He was like a pug, barking a few times. Xia Tianyuan still had a smile on his face. "Shaolin, this is a check for 100,000 yuan." Xia Tianyuan took out a check. "I want you to leave Ms. Charlene immediately." "You want me to break up with Charlene?" Lin Fei smiled. Li Jia scoffed. "Shaolin, look at your situation. I'm afraid you don't even have a monthly salary of 3,000. Charlene is a beauty. Her cosmetics cost a few thousand a month. Do you think you can afford to take care of her, let alone buy a house and a car in the future? Miss Charlene will only suffer if she follows you. If Xia Lin isn't with me, who else can she be with?" Lin Fei said. Li Jia said proudly, "Of course it's Brother Xia. Brother Xia's family has hundreds of millions in assets. You won't be able to earn that much in your entire life." Xia Tianyuan looked down and said coldly, 100,000 yuan is money that you won't be able to earn in a few years. Leave now. Ms. Charlene, it's not something that people like you can touch. Only people like me have the right to have it. Xiao Lin, listen to me. Take the money and leave now. Li Jia was more eager than anyone else to get Lin Fei to leave. One must know that Li Jia was the one who suggested the gathering. The reason was simple. He wanted to introduce Charlene to Xia Tianyuan. As long as Charlene caught Xia Tianyuan's eyes, Li Jia and Xia Tianyuan would undoubtedly get closer. If Xia Tianyuan was happy, he would be able to take advantage of him for a long time. Now that Lin Fei had appeared, Li Jia was the first to hold a grudge against him. He acted like nothing happened during the meal. In reality, he did not want Xia Tianyuan to have a bad impression of Charlene. I don't want to repeat myself. Xia Tianyuan did not take the person in front of him seriously. But I'm in a good mood tonight. I like Charlene very much. I've decided to give you 100,000 yuan. Get lost now. Xia Tianyuan wrote another 100,000 yuan check. It was 200,000 yuan in total. Xiaolin, let's go. Li Jia said, if Brother Xia gets angry, no matter who it is, they won't be able to get anything out of it. Lin Fei chuckled. 200,000 yuan. That's a lot of money. Xia Tianyuan smiled. He knew that such a poor person would give up on Charlene after accepting 200,000 yuan. I'm sorry. 200,000 yuan is too little. Lin Fei chuckled. A beauty like Charlene needs at least 2 billion yuan. Otherwise, why would I leave? 2 billion yuan? Xia Tianyuan would only take it out if there was something wrong with his brain. His family did not have 2 billion yuan in assets. All right, you've got guts. Xia Tianyuan smirked. Chapter 38-31. 2 billion? Xia Tianyuan almost spat out a mouthful of blood. If he had that kind of wealth, he would not be interested in Charlene. 10,000 a day would be 365 beauties a year. Every day would be different. Young man, you've successfully angered me. Xia Tianyuan's eyes were cold. Now, scram, or you'll regret it. Xia Tianyuan was indeed angry. Who do you think you are to talk to me like that? Li Jia stood on the same side as Xia Tianyuan and said fiercely, you better scram right now. You must know that Brother Xia can just call a bunch of people over, and they're so rich that even your mother can't recognize them. You don't want 200,000. Do you really think you're rich? 200,000. Most people in the East Ocean would need 3 to 5 years to save that amount. 200,000. Lin Fei turned around and said, I'll keep it for your medical fees. Remember, don't provoke me. He turned around and left them with his back. Bastard, how dare you leave? Xia Tianyuan clenched his teeth. You'll regret it. You definitely will. Xia Tianyuan really wanted to use 200,000 to make him leave. It was the most successful method. He had underestimated the kid. Brother Xia, this kid is too shameless. Li Jia rolled his eyes. Why don't we get someone to teach him a lesson? I guarantee he'll listen to us after we beat him up with his skinny arms and legs. Xia Tianyuan said coldly, that's a good idea. I won't be able to take it if I don't teach this kid a lesson. Brother Lin, you didn't take anything? Charlene asked curiously as soon as Lin Fei returned. They said they wanted to train, so they took it. Lin Fei said casually. That Li Jia only knows how to fool people. Charlene pouted. Aren't you going to sing a few songs? Lin Fei sat down. No, I'll just listen. Charlene shook her head. Soon, Xia Tianyuan and Li Jia returned with a smile on their faces. Nobody would be able to tell that they were different. Let me tell you guys a piece of good news. I bumped into a big brother who has a lot of connections when I came back with the stuff. He said he'll be toasting later, so please be more welcoming. Li Jia said to everyone. He even glanced at Lin Fei a few times. A cruel smile flashed across his eyes. Lin Fei smiled. Toss and turn with all his might. Thinking quickly, Lin Fei understood what was going on. This was clearly revenge. Big brother? What big brother? Xia Lin also asked curiously. Could it be those big brothers from the underworld? I heard that they appear and disappear mysteriously, with 3 heads and 6 arms. Xia Tianyuan said proudly, Beauty Xia, not everyone can call me big brother. I'll make sure to open your eyes later. Sure. Charlene said like a curious baby. Lin Fei sat at the side, not knowing whether to laugh or cry. This big brother isn't that good looking. Maybe you'll regret it later. Not long after, the private room door was pushed open. A few burly men pushed the door open and came in. The one in the lead had a buzz cut and a golden necklace around his neck. He had a stocky build and an imposing aura. There were green dragon and white tiger tattoos on both of his arms, making him look ferocious. Hello, Brother Leopard, I'm Xiao Xia. Xia Tianyuan said respectfully. Needless to say, Li Jia. Xiao Xia, I know you. Brother Leopard smiled, but his eyes landed on Charlene. You're considerate this time. I'm very satisfied. Go back and tell your father that there's no problem with our collaboration. Brother Leopard was very powerful in Zhangbei district, especially with a powerful backer. Xia Tianyuan had seen Brother Leopard at a few banquets. He came up with an evil idea when he was outside. Not only could he teach Lin Fei a lesson, but he could also make Charlene his mistress. Yes, mistress. To Xia Tianyuan, a woman like Charlene was just a plaything. As for marriage, forget about it. Families like theirs were well matched in terms of social status. Brother Lin, this fella's gaze is so scary. Charlene had never seen such a bold and aggressive gaze. It was as if her entire body was being seen through. Charlene hid behind Lin Fei by instinct. That was the only way she felt safe. I'm fine. Lin Fei patted Charlene. Brother Leopard, my girlfriend doesn't like you. Please get out of this room. Ha. Brother Leopard and the hunks laughed out loud. You're asking me to leave? Do you know who I am? Brother Leopard's eyes turned cold. You'll be scared to death if I tell you. You're a hot chick. Let me have some fun for a few days. Otherwise, don't even think about leaving this place tonight. Xia Tianyuan said, Beautiful Xia, this boyfriend of yours can't do it. He could have offended anyone, but he offended Brother Leopard. I can't do anything about this. Charlene hid behind Lin Fei. We'll call the police. Call the police right now. Brother Leopard laughed out loud. Beautiful, believe it or not, the police will leave as soon as they arrive. You'd better come with me. As for your boyfriend, I'll break his legs for your sake and he'll have to spend the rest of his life in a wheelchair. Don't you think I'm being kind? Don't you dare. Charlene glared. Brother Leopard chuckled. There's nothing I wouldn't dare to do. Nonsense. Lin Fei said indifferently. He glanced at Xia Tianyuan. Is this your so-called revenge? As the younger sister, and she was the first to step forward. Xia Tianyuan, so you're up to no good. Among the 3 best friends, and she and Charlene were the closest, while Zhang, Cuckoo had to stand by her side. They always felt that Zhang, Cuckoo, was a very practical person. Xia Tianyuan did not care. Lin Fei, weren't you acting cocky just now? Continue acting cocky if you can. You're really not a good person. Charlene glared at him. She was instantly infuriated. If you dare to touch my brother Lin, I'll definitely teach you a lesson. Charlene still had a stubborn streak in her bones. Even though the situation was dire, she still dared to speak up. Brother Leopard, I'll have to trouble you. Xia Tianyuan could not be bothered with Lin Fei. As long as Brother Leopard made a move, Lin Fei and Zhang Fei would be in trouble. Brat, are you sure you want to be my enemy? Brother Leopard glared fiercely. Apologize to my girlfriend now, and scram. That's the end of tonight. Lin Fei looked at Xia Tianyuan and Li Jia. The same goes for the both of you. I don't mind if you're going after Charlene openly, but I hate it when you're doing something like this. I can only say that you guys are unlucky. You guys bring this brat out for a chat." Brother Leopard smiled. "As for me, I'll talk to this beautiful lady. Don't you think so, pretty lady?" The few hunks standing behind Brother Leopard chuckled. "Brat, come with us." The hunks stretched their hands out to grab him. Charlene was anxious. This matter had happened because of her. "Don't come near me. I'm really going to call the police." Charlene was panicking. "Leave this to me." Lin Fei patted Charlene. "Don't you like watching Big Brother? Why don't you let him perform some acrobatics?" Charlene chuckled. "Acrobatics? How dare you say that?" Chapter 38-32. Brother Leopard was so angry that he laughed and said while spitting out a cold breath, "Good, good. You dared to make me perform a juggling act. I will give you a big present for that." No one dared to talk to him like that in Jiangbei. This guy was the first. What a fearless guy. Xia Tianyuan and Li Jia were gloating. They knew that they could not afford to offend Brother Leopard, but he still dared to put on such a show. They had to admit that they would regret it later. It would not end well for them to fall into Brother Leopard's hands. He was famous in the underworld. "Forget it, because you won't have a chance." Lin Fei smiled. "You guys have the guts to bully my girlfriend." Snap! Lin Fei raised his hand and snapped his fingers. "Kneel!" The few strong bodyguards who rushed up first, without any warning, knelt down on the spot with a plop, and a solid and crisp sound rang out. Fortunately, the private room was big, or else they would have to kneel. The burly men knelt in front of Lin Fei like wooden blocks. Their faces were blank and lifeless. "Ah." Xia Lin's eyes widened. "Brother Lin, this is—" She could not imagine that the bodyguards would kneel with a snap of his fingers. The rest were shocked too. "What's going on? Brother Lin, is this hypnosis?" And she asked curiously. Lin Fei did not care about hypnosis. However, and she's words made sense. He could not tell them that he attacked them with his mental strength. Who would believe that? Hypnosis seemed to be a different story. "That's right, it's hypnosis." Lin Fei smiled. "You have good eyes." And she was shocked. "But your hypnosis ability is really powerful. You can do it with a snap of your fingers. But on TV, I saw hypnosis props. I'm different from them because I'm a master of hypnosis." Lin Fei lied, giving himself the title of a master of hypnosis. It's free anyway. As for being exposed, Lin Fei believed that there was no one more powerful than him on Earth. What a joke. "Brother Lin, you're so awesome," Charlene said happily. Xia Tianyuan and Li Jia were terrified. Hypnotizing a person with a snap of his fingers. This method was too powerful. "What did you do to my men?" Brother Leopard's eyes revealed a trace of panic. The guy in front of him was actually a master hypnotist. Did he have to be so awesome? His men hadn't even made a move, yet they were hypnotized. Lin Fei said faintly, "Come and stand on one leg. Let my girlfriend see what you're capable of." "You!" Before Brother Leopard could finish, he had completely lost control of his body. He stood on one leg and spread his arms, posing like a golden rooster, standing on one leg. "Hee hee, Brother Lin, his actions are so funny." Xia Lin could not help but laugh. "It's like a rock spreading its wings." Lin Fei just used his spiritual force. How could these gangsters withstand it? It would be strange if they didn't fall for it. Why don't we change it? Lin Fei laughed. "Then I'll show you the iron head technique." "Yay, yay." Xia Lin clapped and cheered. She was not afraid of anything as she hid behind Lin Fei. "Both of you, go and smash him with the wine bottles." Lin Fei pointed at Xia Tianyuan and Li Jia. At that moment, both of them were panicking. Brother Leopard was a big brother in the underworld, majestic and insufferably arrogant. However, looking at him now, he no longer looked like a gangster. This Lin Fei was too terrifying. Brother Lin, we were wrong. Li Jia knelt down. Xia Tianyuan forced me to do this. And Zhang Kuku, I really didn't plan to have any thoughts about Xia Lin. Xia Tianyuan glared at him. Brother Lin, listen to me. He's spouting nonsense. I did have thoughts about her, but Brother Leopard was the one who came up with the idea. This has nothing to do with me. He was really afraid now. The unknown was the most dangerous. Zhang Kuku, I knew you had thoughts about Xiao Lin, and she was angry too. She stood up immediately. We treated you as our sister, but you set Xiao Lin up. It was true that Zhang Kuku wanted to use Xiao Lin. However, now that he had been exposed, and he saw that the man called Lin Fei was able to make the awe-inspiring big brother Leopard suffer with just a wave of his hand, his expression changed. Xiao Lin, I'm really wrong. It's all my fault for being blinded by greed. However, it was Li Jia who encouraged me to do this. Please forgive me since we're sisters. Zhang Kuku knelt down. Xia Lin's eyes turned red all of a sudden. Tears were rolling down her cheeks. Kuku, you've disappointed me. Xia Lin tried her best not to cry. We're sisters. How could you? None of them felt good when such a thing happened to them, especially Xia Lin. If they had not told her, Xia Lin would never have known about it. She would have even foolishly treated Zhang Kuku as one of her best friends. Although Zhang Kuku would always recommend some men to her in the past, Xia Lin did not care much about it. She thought that it was her best friend who cared about her. However, now that she thought about it, it was not the case anymore. Perhaps Zhang Kuku had gotten some benefits from those men. Xiao Lin, I'm wrong. I won't do it again. Zhang Kuku was not afraid of Xia Lin. She was only afraid of Lin Fei. Lin Fei was furious too. It was hurtful for them to play like this among their best friends. Xiao Lin, tell me what to do with them. Lin Fei said, I'll avenge you as long as you tell me. Let her go. Xia Lin shook her head. From now on, we're no longer sisters. Thank you, Xiao Lin. I'll leave right away. Zhang Kuku could not wait to leave. She did not want to stay for another minute. Zhang Kuku, you bastard. Take me away. Li Jia panicked. He stood up and wanted to run away. Kneel. Li Jia knelt on the ground again with a snap of his fingers. Xia Tinyuan's eyes were wide open and his body was shaking. Brother Lin, Beauty Xia, I know I'm wrong. I won't do it again. Xia Tinyuan's face turned pale. Lin Fei snapped his fingers when he saw how upset Xia Lin was. You guys have successfully angered my girlfriend. Lin Fei scoffed. Stand up now. Go outside, take off your clothes, and run naked to the nearest park for at least half an hour. Lin Fei did not want to kill anyone. However, he did not want them to end up well. Brother Lin, isn't that a good idea? Xia Lin could not help but laugh. And she interrupted. Xiao Lin, you're too soft-hearted. People like them deserve to make a name for themselves. All right, I'm going to earn 50 yuan now. That night, a sensational incident was on the headlines the next day. A gang leader and a young man ran naked in the middle of the night. They ran for half an hour, and it was a terrible influence. Brother Leopard became a joke in the gang and was detained for 15 days. Chapter 38-33. I didn't expect Kuku to be like this. Even when she returned home, Charlene was still sad. That was her best friend. But now, Charlene didn't dare to imagine what it would be like if Brother Lin wasn't around. Let bygones be bygones. Lin Fei comforted. I think that and she is not bad. She's a good friend. You can even see that. Charlene blinked. I forgot to tell you, I actually have another profession. Lin Fei smiled. I know metaphysics. Looking at a person's appearance is actually very simple. Charlene giggled. Brag. Brag as much as you can. Why don't I help you read it? Lin Fei smiled. Otherwise, ordinary people aren't qualified. I don't count. Charlene was in a good mood. The unknown is the most interesting. If you read it, wouldn't it be very boring? Lin Fei was speechless. Her words made sense, and it was hard to refute. Really? Nope. Charlene smiled and ran away. Brother Lin, they're on the news. Early in the morning, Lin Fei was woken up by Charlene. Charlene didn't have to work today. She sat in the living room and the news was playing on the television. It was the breaking news of a group of naked men running in a square last night. They deserved it. Charlene clapped and cheered. A group of bad people. Lin Fei sat down and smiled. They're considered famous now. These cameramen are awesome too, giving Brother Bao and the rest a close-up shot. They won't dare to go out for at least 3 to 4 months. It was something that could be on the news, especially in the morning. It was hard for everyone not to know them. Oh, right, don't go out for now. Remember to call me if anything happens. Lin Fei said, in case they come to take revenge on you. I'll remember. Lin Fei didn't have to worry about anything. Brother Bao and the rest, on the other hand, would become a big joke in the underworld after suffering so much. Revenge was unavoidable. After breakfast, Charlene went back to sleep. Because of the morning news, Lin Fei had other thoughts. Out the door, Lin Fei hailed a taxi. Let's go to the antique street. Today, Lin Fei planned to go to the antique street to see if he could find a good alchemy furnace. It was time to refine pills. Previously, Lin Fei had tried to concoct pills, but because he did not have an alchemy furnace, he had failed several times. It was not that he could not afford to concoct pills, but that the medicinal ingredients could not withstand the high temperature. The antique street was located in an old alley in Jiangbei district. People who came here for the first time would think that they had come to the wrong place. It was the first time for Lin Fei to visit the antique street. Walking on the antique street, perhaps because it was early in the morning, there were not many people here, except for those who just came to set up stalls. Most of the items in the stalls were old. Lin Fei casually took a look and could not help but shake his head slightly. They were all imitations, but they were good for fooling amateurs. There's even an incense shop. Lin Fei was not only preparing to buy a pill furnace, but he was also preparing to buy some yellow paper, cinnabar, and the like to make talismans. Although the infinite divine body was on the verge of collapse, it was not that easy to do so. He did not have to worry about anything for at least 100 years. Making talismans was just something that Lin Fei had nothing to do, so he planned to make some extra things. For example, Sister Lu Qingru, he could give her a few talismans to protect herself. Once the immortal duck became famous, there might be some thieves who had evil ideas, so Lin Fei had to prepare for a rainy day. Lin Fei was not in a hurry to go in. He looked around a little. This shop is good. Soon, Lin Fei chose a shop on the antique street with a signboard called Fragrant Book Garden, which sold the 4 treasures of the study. There was yellow paper among them. The quality was very high. Whether the item was good or bad, it could not be hidden from Lin Fei's eyes. How much is this yellow paper? Lin Fei pointed to the cinnabar not far away. And that cinnabar! Little brother, you have a good eye. The owner of the Fragrant Book Garden was a middle-aged man in his 50s. His face was ruddy, and he had the fragrance of books on him. Our Fragrant Book Garden's yellow paper and cinnabar are the best! What's the price? Lin Fei still wanted to find an alchemy furnace. This kind of alchemy furnace depended on luck. There were really only a few things that could catch Lin Fei's eye. As long as it was barely acceptable, it would be good enough. Lin Fei was afraid that his requirements were too high. It would be very difficult to find a suitable alchemy furnace, so he might as well choose one that was barely acceptable. This yellow paper is 3,000 per cut, and the cinnabar is a little more expensive, 10,000 per catty. Give me 10 cuts of yellow paper and 5 catty of cinnabar. Lin Fei did not waste any time and took out his bank card. As the owner of the Fragrant Book Garden, Chen Fugui had never seen such a nimble young man. Most people would bargain. But this one, little brother, are you planning to take it back to draw talismans? Chen Fugui asked. Can't I? Lin Fei said. Qin Fugui laughed. No, no. Recently, a lot of people came to our fragrant book garden to buy yellow paper and cinnabar. Later, I asked around and heard that they all wanted to use talismans as stepping stones to become disciples of our Donghai master, Yuzishan. Little brother, do you want to give it a try? Lin Fei did not know whether to laugh or cry. You've misunderstood. I'm just playing around. Lin Fei said with a smile. Master? What a joke. No matter how powerful a master was, he could not be as powerful as Lin Fei himself. Stop joking. Qin Fugui laughed dryly and realized that he had made a mistake. He immediately took the card and went to settle the bill. Donghai Master Yu Zishan. Lin Fei remembered this name. Not long after, the yellow paper and cinnabar were packed. It's troublesome without a storage ring. Lin Fei really wanted to make a new storage ring, but he still had not found the crucial materials. It was really depressing. Boss Qin, are you here? At the entrance of the fragrant book garden, an old man and a young man walked in. The old man had a handlebar mustache and wore old cloth shoes. He had a head full of silver hair and appeared to be full of energy. As for the one next to him, he was a guy in his early 20s. However, his triangular eyes emitted a cold light. Oldly, what brings you here? Qin Fugui was originally entertaining Lin Fei. After all, such a forthright guest could be developed into a regular customer. However, when the old man appeared at the door, his expression changed slightly, and he immediately turned to greet him. It's all because the things in your fragrant book garden are good. The old man called Oldly said with a smile. Same rules. 5 cuts of yellow paper and 3 caddies of cinnabar. All right, no problem. Qin Fugui did not dare to slight the old man in front of him. However, just as he agreed, a trace of annoyance flashed in his eyes. Oldly, I'm really sorry. The yellow paper you wanted is fine, but the cinnabar is gone. Whether it was yellow paper or cinnabar, they were not very popular items. Qin Fugui did not purchase a lot each time. Just now, he sold 5 caddies at once and basically sold all the remaining cinnabar. How can you open your business? The young man next to him said unhappily. Don't you know that it's not easy for my master to go out? Qin Fugui repeatedly apologized. How about we delay it for a few days? What delay? Doesn't that kid have cinnabar in his hands? We'll just buy it. The triangular-eyed young man saw the thing in Lin Fei's hand and chuckled. Chapter 38-34. Lin Fei, who was about to leave, couldn't help but laugh when he heard this. Not for sale. It wasn't easy to find yellow paper and cinnabar of good quality. How could Lin Fei sell them? Speaking of which, Lin Fei still had a lot of things to do. Find an alchemy furnace. Buy a house. If it was nothing, Lin Fei might not think much of it. However, alchemy and talisman making were not trivial matters. Charlene's place was also small, so it was not easy to use them. Lin Fei had to find a new room. The tens of millions of yuan in the card was more than enough to find a house. Lin Fei was not in the mood to waste time here. Qin Fugui's face became even more embarrassed. There was a new guest over there. From the way he worked, it could at least prove that he was not an ordinary person. Not everyone could draw talismans. Because of this, those who could draw talismans were very powerful. Moreover, this was a big business, a long-term business. Qin Fugui's business was with frequent customers. Forget about the newcomer. However, Qin Fugui did not dare to offend this old man. He was a real feng shui master. Although he was not very famous, he was still a very powerful existence in the Jiangbei district. Many high officials and nobles worshipped him. After making his choice, Qin Fugui still chose not to offend the old man. Young man, I'm really sorry. I remembered this cinnabar wrongly. It was actually prepared for elderly. Qin Fugui corrected himself. I made a mistake. I am willing to compensate you with 10,000 yuan. What do you think? Using 10,000 yuan to get back the cinnabar without offending Master Li, Qin Fugui did not feel distressed at all. Kid, give it to me. The triangular-eyed young man walked over and reached out to take the cinnabar. He seemed to think that Qin Fugui would hand over the cinnabar. Yellow paper, cinnabar, you want to draw talismans too? Save it. Get lost. Lin Fei said lightly. The triangular-eyed young man's face darkened. Kid, how can you say that? Kneel down and apologize to me immediately. Elder Li's eyes turned cold. Didn't you hear my disciple's words? Qin Fugui was shocked and quickly said, Young man, listen to me and apologize to Mr. Li immediately. Do you know who he is? He is the metaphysics master of our Jiangbei district, a guest of high officials and nobles. It's hard to get a divination even with 1,000 gold coins. Others might not know how powerful Lishan was, but Qin Fugui did. The Li family was also a prestigious family in the River North district. Their overall strength was not as good as the Yi family, but their influence was not inferior at all. As long as Lishan was around, the Li clan would forever be a great clan in the River North district and even the East Sea. The triangular-eyed young man snorted coldly. Nowadays, buying some yellow paper and cinnabar and thinking of drawing talismans in order to reach the sky in a single bound. Don't you know whether you have the ability to do so? Lin Fei was speechless. Buying yellow paper cinnabar would cause such a thing to happen. Scram! Lin Fei said lightly. A good dog doesn't block the way. You're courting death. The triangular-eyed young man was angry. After knowing his master's name, he still dared to talk to him like this. Did he eat a bear's heart and a leopard's gall? Kneel. The triangular-eyed young man took a step forward, his body exuding a gloomy and cold aura as he threw a punch. The speed of this punch was extremely fast. No one would have thought that this triangular-eyed young man was actually a martial artist. However, a foot was faster than his opponent and kicked the triangular-eyed young man's stomach. Bang! The triangular-eyed young man flew backward. Nowadays, anyone dares to jump out and put on airs. Lin Fei said lightly, Old man, don't you think so? Qin Fugui's face turned pale. It's over. The triangular-eyed young man was Li Shan's last disciple. He had always been doted on and basically brought him along when he went out. However, now that he was kicked away, and it seemed that his injury was not light, how could Qin Fugui not panic? He immediately ran to support the triangular-eyed young man. It hurts so much. The triangular-eyed young man pushed Qin Fugui away, his gaze becoming cold and terrifying. You dare to hit me, I'll make you regret it. Li Shan's expression also became unhappy, but he did not stop him. The young man in front of him did not have the aura of a martial artist. Perhaps he just had a fast reaction. There was nothing to be shocked about. The triangular-eyed young man pounced forward again. However, this time his eyes actually turned white, and his body also had a chilling aura. Pretentious. Lin Fei shook his head and struck out with his palm. The triangular-eyed young man flew backward, like a sandbag. The triangular-eyed young man fell to the ground, unable to exert any strength in his body, as if all his bones were broken. Master, I feel so uncomfortable. Quickly take revenge for me. The triangular-eyed young man's gaze became resentful. This time, Li Shan's expression really changed. Because just now his last disciple had used the bewitching eye, which was a kind of metaphysical attack. As long as it was a person, they would lose control of their entire body and become a walking puppet. This kind of metaphysical secret technique was usually not easily taught to outsiders. Once it was used, it was basically impossible to defend against. This was also the reason why Li Shan did not make a move. His own disciple would definitely win, so he would not make a move. However, the scene in front of him really subverted his understanding. Which family's disciple are you from? Li Shan's expression darkened, and a cold light shot out from his eyes. The Chin Family Martial Arts Dojo or the Wong Family Martial Arts Dojo. The strength of that palm was definitely not something that an ordinary person could hit out. However, Li Shan could not see through it and only knew that the palm's strength was very strong. No family, Lin Fei said with a smile. If you don't plan to make a move, then I'm preparing to leave. Li Shan was instantly infuriated. You injured my disciple, and you still want to chase me away, Li Shan sneered. How can there be such a good thing in this world? Why bother? Lin Fei shook his head and took a step forward, arriving in front of Li Shan, and greeted him with a palm. I like to respect the old and cherish the young, but unfortunately, someone just has to pretend. Li Shan's vision blurred, and he directly smashed into the triangular-eyed young man. Does it feel good? Did you break any bones? Lin Fei said with a smile. You guys should be glad that my temper is good now. Cough, cough, cough. Li Shan could not move, and his qi and blood were surging. He did not dare to speak again, because once he vomited blood he would be injured, and it would be a great loss. He could only look at him, helplessly. Little brother, hurry up and leave. Qin Fuguwei said in a low voice. Master Li has many friends, and I'm afraid he will cause trouble for you. Whatever. Lin Fei really did not care. Snatching my cinnabar, and you think it's reasonable? By the way, is there a place in the antique street that sells alchemy furnaces? Lin Fei asked. Qin Fuguwei sighed in his heart. You want an alchemy furnace? Then you have a good day. I heard that the 100 Treasure Pavilion has many good things today, and there might be an alchemy furnace. You can go and try your luck. An alchemy furnace appeared last month. Then I have to go and see. Qin Fuguwei told him the address, and in his heart he admired this little brother. It was really rare to see someone so calm after offending Master Li Shan. Chapter 38-35. Master. The triangular-eyed young man helped Li Shan up. I'll get someone to kill him immediately. The triangular-eyed young man said sinisterly. The triangular-eyed young man couldn't take it lying down after suffering a loss in the book garden. Martial arts expert. Li Shan wasn't a stupid disciple. That kid had some background, but he had to take it out on him. There's no rush. Isn't he going to the auction? I'll make him bleed. Li Shan sneered. Let's go as well. There's an old acquaintance there. Isn't he just a martial arts expert? Nothing special. Li Shan's eyes flashed coldly. Qin Fuguwei didn't dare to raise his head. He didn't know what to say. Lin Fei carried the yellow paper and cinnabar and easily found the location. So it's a private auction. Lin Fei walked into a shop called Precious Treasure Pavilion. The shop was very quiet. Lin Fei could hear a lot of noise upstairs. Obviously, the auction hadn't started yet. Mister, what do you need? A waiter came over and asked. I heard there's an auction here. I want to go in and take a look. Lin Fei said, Sorry. The waiter said, This auction is only open to members. If you're not a member, you can't go in. Lin Fei frowned slightly. How can I become a member? If it was any other place, Lin Fei wouldn't bother to say anything and would just go up. But now that he had finally returned to a peaceful life, Lin Fei naturally didn't want to fight and kill again. Our Precious Treasure Pavilion's membership is actually very simple. The waiter pointed not far away. As long as you can find the most valuable item there, you can pass. The most valuable item? Lin Fei laughed. Your membership is quite interesting. The waiter said proudly, Our Precious Treasure Pavilion is different from other places. In the antique circle, the first is eyesight and the second is money. Without a certain level of eyesight, even if you're a billionaire, you won't be able to make much waves in the circle. That's easy. Lin Fei wasn't interested in antiques, but it wasn't difficult for him to find out which one was the real deal. No matter how long something was, it was the same in his eyes. You only have 5 minutes to choose. Lin Fei smiled. No problem. 5 minutes? It was unnecessary. Lin Fei walked over. In the window, there were dozens of small things. Yes, all kinds of small things. Relying on one's eyesight alone was indeed a test of one's abilities, especially when it was only 5 minutes. Being a member of the precious treasure pavilion was quite valuable. The waiter was already used to this kind of thing. The little things in the window were all about the same in appearance and color. It was quite a challenge to determine their value. Recently, there were more than 10 people who wanted to become members of the treasure pavilion. Unfortunately, no one passed. It was too difficult. Every once in a while, the small items in the display window would be cleaned up, making it harder for people to distinguish which items were of high value. The leftmost wooden doll. Lin Fei smiled and pointed at one of the wooden dolls. This wooden doll was the size of a fist. Not only the texture, but also the carving, the craftsmanship was similar. There was nothing new about it. "Sir, are you sure?" The waiter was surprised. "For this kind of thing, I only need to look at it with my eyes." Lin Fei smiled. There's no such thing as difficulty. The waiter didn't know which one was valuable. At first glance, it was just a wooden doll. No matter how he looked at it, it didn't seem to be valuable. "Wait a minute." Before he finished, a figure came down from upstairs. "Young man, good eyesight." The person who came down was a middle-aged man in plain clothes. He matched the atmosphere of the environment very well. "Boss, he said that the most valuable item is this wooden doll." The waiter reported, somewhat unsure. "My eyesight has always been good." Lin Fei smiled. "Then I'm qualified to go up. Apply for a membership card for this young man." The middle-aged man in plain clothes smiled. "Congratulations, young man, for becoming a member of our treasure house. From now on, you can enjoy a 10% discount in our shop. I'm the boss here, Su Wenchang." Su Wenchang stretched out his hand. Lin Fei, an ordinary person. The waiter was also shocked. That wooden doll was actually the most valuable item. It really subverted his knowledge. Since when did wooden dolls become so valuable? There are so many small items here. Why did you only choose that wooden doll? Su Wenchang was curious. Ever since the wooden doll was put in, there were at least 40 to 50 people who fell for it. Who would care about that wooden doll? Su Wenchang even put many small items of similar value inside to confuse people. The effect was surprisingly good. All along, Su Wenchang had been very proud of his masterpiece, but he didn't expect that this time it would be found by a young man. Simple. Lin Fei smiled. Actually, this wooden doll's value is not in its appearance, but the material of the wood. If I'm not wrong, it's at least 300 years old golden nanmu. The core is even more precious. Amazing, amazing. Su Wenchang instantly had a very good impression of this Lin Fei. This was indeed golden nanmu, and it was more than 300 years old. In the entire treasure pavilion, besides him, no one else knew about it. "You're here to participate in the auction, right?" Su Wenchang asked. "I want to see it," Lin Fei said. "Then you're right to come today," Su Wenchang said. "But our treasure pavilion's auction is actually a kind of barter, not a real auction." "Barter?" Lin Fei was quite surprised. "As long as you have something good, you can take it out and barter it," Su Wenchang said. "This has always been the rule here. It's just that people outside don't know about it. So they spread rumors and made it into an auction." Lin Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry. "Then I want to see it even more. Please." Su Wenchang didn't have any impression of this Lin Fei in his mind. He didn't even have a newcomer in the circle, so he couldn't help but feel surprised. On the second floor of the treasure pavilion, once inside, it was like a big private room. A faint fragrance filled the air. It was the smell of agarwood, which made people feel relaxed and calm, as if they had come to a paradise. "Old Su, there's a new member," an old man asked with a smile. Su Wenchang laughed. "You're old, but you have good eyesight. This Shaolin has just passed the membership assessment. His eyesight is very good. When he said that, everyone present revealed strange expressions and subconsciously looked at the young man. The assessment set by Su Winchong had stumped 40 to 50 people. Even they felt that it was a little difficult. They didn't expect that it would be passed so quickly. It can't be. It hasn't even been 2 months. Young people nowadays are really amazing. I wonder which family he came from. Just this eyesight alone left a certain impression in the hearts of the people present. Shaolin, you sit here. The barter convention is about to begin. Chapter 38-36. In the private room, there was no change just because there was one more person. Everyone was whispering to each other and smiling from time to time. Little brother, it's your first time here, right? Sitting next to Lin Fei was a fat man. He was definitely a heavyweight, at least 100 kilograms. His small eyes shone brightly from time to time. From this, it could be seen that this fat man was definitely a good businessman. Yes, it's my first time here. It seems to be quite lively here. Lin Fei sat on the mahogany chair. He had to admit that this precious treasure pavilion was indeed imposing. Just the mahogany chair alone was worth a lot. It was at least 200,000 to 300,000. It could be said that he was sitting on a pile of money. It's okay if it's your first time. We're bartering today. It's okay even if you didn't bring any treasure. The fat man smiled. Bartering is actually more of a formality. You just have to meet the requirements of the person who offered the treasure. Thank you. Lin Fei really didn't bring anything here. Hearing this fat man's words, he was relieved. I'm Lin Fei. Lin Fei took the initiative to introduce himself. Qian Duo Duo. Qian Duo Duo smiled bitterly. Actually, I wanted to change my name too, but it was my father who gave it to me. My family was poor back then. So Lin Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry. There was actually such a thing. This Qian Duoduo's father was really talented, but now it seemed that the name was very suitable. White and fat, to be able to sit in the precious treasure pavilion. His family must be rich. Everyone is in for a treat today. Precious Treasure Pavilion not only has a new member, but also a master that everyone admires. Su Wenchang came up again. Master. Many people looked over. Su Wenchang came with 3 people behind him. Master Li is here, and people from the Chun family martial arts school. Whether it was Master Li Shan or a middle-aged boxing master, the moment they appeared, everyone's expression changed, especially Master Li Shan, one of the masters in the River North district. Who didn't admire him? The latter was a boxing master from the Chun family martial arts school. He was also a terrifying existence. Ordinary people didn't dare to offend him. If a martial artist wanted to deal with you, that would definitely be your nightmare. The triangular-eyed youth grinned as he glanced at Lin Fei. Then he stretched out his hand and made a beheading gesture. The fist master of the Qin clan also looked over with a hint of ruthlessness in his eyes. You couldn't have offended that kid, right? Qian Duoduo said in a low voice. Yeah. Lin Fei didn't expect that they would come after him. It seemed that they had found a powerful boxing master, who was obviously in the inward power stage. There was internal strength in his body. What else could he be other than an inward strength martial artist? How did you offend that guy? Qian Duoduo said with fear. That guy is a guy who causes trouble everywhere, and his master, Li Shan, is also a narrow-minded person. It's fine. I've seen a lot of people like this. Lin Fei smiled. If they really anger me, I'll slap them to death. Qian Duoduo secretly sucked in a breath of cold air and thought, this guy really knows how to brag. That's Li Shan's last disciple, and you still want to slap him to death? Do you think you're number 1 in the world? Qian Duoduo didn't have the guts to offend a metaphysical master. The other party was not any weaker than a martial artist. A martial artist might be able to see it, but a metaphysical master was the most terrifying. He could kill people without a trace and cause chaos. Su Winchang's expression changed slightly, but then he returned to normal. Since everyone is here, let's start today's bartering. Su Winchang smiled. I'll be the first to show my incompetence. I'm lucky. Our treasure pavilion recently received an item. Unfortunately, we haven't been able to identify what it is. However, according to the appraisal of our treasure pavilion's master, this item is still worth a certain amount. Every time they bartered, the treasure pavilion would be the first to take out something. Every time they took out something, it would be a good thing. Thus, every time they bartered, everyone was looking forward to what good thing Su Winchang, the boss, would take out. The appraisal master of the treasure pavilion was a famous person. Many treasures had been appraised by him. Now, there was actually something that he couldn't appraise. This was indeed a surprising thing. Although Qian Duoduo was afraid of this masterly Shan, he wasn't afraid that they would dare to make a move in the treasure pavilion. Good stuff is coming. These words were naturally said to Lin Fei. Su Winchang clapped his hands. A staff member carried a black tray over. The tray was covered with a black cloth. Su Winchang personally removed the red cloth. A strange-looking stone was revealed. The most surprising thing was that there was actually a small tree growing on the stone. The entire stone was densely covered with roots. The staff member brought over a basin of water. Su Winchang placed the stone into the water. Under normal circumstances, it would sink, but now it was floating on top. How is it? Isn't it an eye-opener? Su Winchang smiled. This stone has an extraordinary origin. At the same time, it's hard and can't be cut open. Yet, it doesn't sink when it comes into contact with water. It can be said to be a good piece of art. Everyone present could see it clearly. Interesting. It's not bad to buy it as a bonsai. The treasure pavilion never disappoints. Such an unknown stone indeed made everyone's eyes light up. It didn't sink when it came into contact with water. It was indeed not easy to make a small seedling grow green and tender. Everyone can come up and take a look before making a decision. Su Winchang smiled. Many people present took the initiative to go up and take a look. It was indeed very incredible. There were some people present who didn't move. For example, Li Shan and the other two. You don't want to go. Qian Duo returned. That thing is quite interesting. It's extremely heavy, yet it doesn't sink. If I didn't see it with my own eyes, I would have suspected that I've seen a ghost. The difference between before and after was truly shocking. It was a good thing to look at. Lin Fei didn't stand up to take a look. From the moment Su Winchang took it out, he already knew what it was. Dark void stone, a special kind of stone. From the outside, it looked extremely heavy. Yet, it didn't sink when it came into contact with water. It was a very surprising thing. But to Lin Fei, this dark void stone was the most familiar. Refining a spatial ring required this dark void stone. Lin Fei thought that he would have to spend some time to find it. He didn't expect that it would come to him on its own. This stone's starting price is 5 million. Su Winchang smiled. It's not bad to buy it as a bonsai. I can guarantee that in at least 20 years, it will be very difficult to see such a strange stone again. This price wasn't expensive. It could be considered a good price. I'll take it for 5 million. An old man shouted. You want it for 5 million? How is that possible? At least 6 million. It's not bad to buy it and wait for it to appreciate. Su Winchang was indeed a businessman. His last sentence was like a finishing touch. What was the point of buying a bonsai? Of course it would appreciate. Chapter 38-37. Such a special stone was indeed very tempting. If they bought it and stored it for a period of time, or hyped it up, it would definitely be a profitable transaction. It didn't take long for the price of this stone to soar to 9 million. For a strange stone, this price was not low. The one who bid 9 million was a young man of about 35 or 36 years old. He had a refined aura about him, like a handsome young master. He was slowly sipping his tea with a calm and confident look on his face. The people who were competing all shook their heads. 9 million. Is there anyone else who wants to bid? If not, this strange stone belongs to Mr. Tang. Su Wenchang said with a smile. Su Wenchang was very satisfied that the stone could reach 9 million. When he bought it, he only spent a few $100,000. Tang Feng was an expert in the antique circle and had always been known for his eyesight. Basically, the things that he had his eyes on would not be bad. In addition, he was rich, so no one dared to compete for it. I like this strange stone very much. Everyone, please make way. Tang Feng cupped his hands and said with a smile. Today's bartering was more like a private auction. Naturally, there were not many rules. Everyone was familiar with each other, so they were even more casual. Since Tang Feng took the initiative to speak, the dust had actually settled. Everyone still had to give him face. Moreover, a strange stone was really not worth fighting for. This thing was of little value. 10 million. Just when everyone thought that the thing belonged to Tang Feng, a voice sounded. Lin Fei, who had been silent, finally raised his hand and shouted. It was not easy to find a void stone. If he missed it, who knew when he would see it again? Take it, he must take it. Su Wenchang looked over and was also slightly surprised. He did not expect that this seemingly ordinary young man had good financial resources and dared to call out a price of 10 million. Little brother, you like strange stones too? Tang Feng smiled. Not really. Lin Fei followed with a smile. I just hit it off with this strange stone. Hit it off with me too. Tang Feng really liked this strange stone. He had collected a lot of strange stones, but so far, no one could compare to this one. 15 million. Tang Feng could see that this person was not arranged by Su Wenchang. In this small circle, such a thing had never happened before. If it wasn't a bribe, then everything would be fine. Quote a high price. To Tang Feng, there was no difference between 1 or 2 million and 3 or 4 million. Master, there's going to be a good show. The triangular-eyed young man said gloatingly. That Tang Feng is from the Tang family. If that kid offends Tang Feng, we don't even need to do anything. He'll be in big trouble. Li Shan's expression did not change, although he was a little regretful. If that brat offended Tang Feng, there would definitely be a good show to watch. Although Tang Feng looked refined, he had a bad temper in the circle. Moreover, he had the Tang family behind him. We'll just watch. Lin Fei had already expected this. In this kind of small circle, it really wasn't easy to compete for this void nightmare stone. If he was determined, no one would be able to stop him from taking the stone. However, Lin Fei's mentality had not reached that level yet. This was still a normal bidding. It was meaningless to use force to bully others. Friend, I think we should forget about this matter. Qian Duoduo said. He is from the Tang family, a top family in Jiangbei district. It's just a broken stone. There's no need to fight for it. The Tang family was a true big family in Jiangbei district. Compared to the Tang family, the Yi family could not be compared at all. They were no different from underlings. It was only 15 million. Lin Fei naturally did not put it in his eyes. He still had 40 to 50 million Chinese currency on him. 20 million. Lin Fei smiled and said, I'm sorry, I also like it very much. It's hard for me to give it up. Tang Feng smiled again. You're very interesting. Are you sure you have more money than me? When everyone heard this, they knew that Tang Feng was a little angry. Su Wenchang, the boss of Precious Treasure Pavilion, also could not be happy. The strange stone's price of 9 million Chinese currency was a normal price. At most, it was a premium. But now, it was not as simple as a premium. Even if young Master Tang Feng obtained the strange stone in the end, Su Wenchang did not dare to accept the money. It was too hot. Lin Fei shook his head. My wealth is not as high as yours. If Mr. Tang really wants to go all out, then I will definitely give up. But in the end, you still have to give this strange stone to me. When these words came out, everyone present could not help but laugh. Where did this brat come from? He actually dared to speak to young Master Tang Feng in such a manner. Even if young Master Tang Feng wasn't the most qualified successor of the Tang clan, not everyone could be so presumptuous in front of him. Are you sure you didn't say anything wrong? Tang Feng was a little angry. His eyes were filled with anger. Lin Fei said seriously, 25 million. If Mr. Tang gives it to me, I can give you a small benefit worth 1,000 gold. Tang Feng was so angry that he laughed. Looks like you're guilty. It's only 25 million Chinese currency. How dare you call it out? Not more, not less. 26 million, 1 million more than you. It proves that I'm richer than you. Su Wenchang was about to sweat. Originally, he had a good impression of the new member, Lin Fei, but now it seemed that he had misjudged him. This guy really did not know how to cause trouble. Of all people to offend, he had to offend Tang Feng of the Tang family. If Tang Feng bore a grudge against him, his precious treasure pavilion would be affected. Su Wenchang even had the thought of chasing Lin Fei away, but in the end he held it in. Congratulations, Mr. Tang, for winning this strange stone. Su Wenchang cut the Gordian knot, not giving Lin Fei a chance to speak again. He had to deal with this matter first. As for whether he would apologize or not, he could only take it one step at a time. Su Wenchang was also having a headache. Tang Feng had a smile on his face. This strange stone is destined to belong to me. Don't worry, I will never sell it, let alone give it to you, unless there's something wrong with my head. Tang Feng was indeed very unhappy with what he said just now. Giving you the strange stone of my own accord. Do you think you're the king of heaven? It was originally a taunt, but he did not expect that Lin Fei would really accept it. You're right. There's something wrong with your head. Nonsense. Tang Feng's face darkened. You dare to curse me? Lin Fei laughed. You're definitely fine. Then let me tell you, your illness is very special. So special that ordinary hospitals can't do anything about it. You'll faint this afternoon. Your whole body will be cold tomorrow, and on the third day, you'll lose a lot of weight. You'll be at least 45 kilograms, maybe even more, and then you'll die. Mr. Lin, please watch your words. Su Wenchang interrupted. Now, let the second round begin. Sogu website. Chapter 3838. Su Wenchang had to step out to stop him. This Lin Fei guy really dared to say anything. He even dared to curse him for being sick. He wouldn't live past 3 days. There was no one else like him. That was the young master of the Tang family, Tang Feng. Even if he was the most disappointing one, he wasn't someone anyone could curse. I won't say any more. Lin Fei smiled. I just said it because I felt like it. Tang Feng's face was terrifyingly gloomy. This was the first time someone cursed him, and it was such a vicious curse. To him, this was the most vicious curse. 3 days and he wanted him to die? I'll remember what you said. Tang Feng's face turned cold. Aren't you cursing me for having a mental problem? You better succeed. Otherwise, you'll regret what you said today. The Tang family isn't that humiliating. It was already good enough that Tang Feng didn't curse him on the spot. I still stand by what I said. Lin Fei said, as long as you bring this strange stone with you, I'll guarantee your safety. With this commotion, the atmosphere became bad. Master, that kid is finished this time. The triangular-eyed young man said in a low voice. Yeah, he dared to offend someone from the Tang family. Even I have to give face to the Tang family. Li Shan said sinisterly. Who doesn't know that the Tang family isn't just a business family but also a martial arts family? The Tang family won everything with their fists. Even if Li Shan was a master, he wouldn't dare to offend the Tang family. The Jiangbei district Tang family was a true upper-class figure in the city of East Sea. For such a person to offend Tang Feng of the Tang family, Li Shan was originally holding back his anger, but now it was almost gone. Let's not fight. since young Master Tang Feng had spoken. Even if Li Shan was given 100 guts, he wouldn't dare to fight. Li Shan still had to give face to him. The bartering process had to continue. Everyone took out many good items to trade. What they were most worried about didn't happen. The new member, Lin Fei, sat quietly as if he was a bystander. Tang Feng was the same. He didn't speak much either. Everyone heaved a sigh of relief. If it weren't for the fact that this barter only happened once a month, they would have left long ago. The atmosphere was bad and the mood was gone. In everyone's eyes, this new member, Lin Fei, was a rash person who dared to say anything without considering the consequences. Half an hour later, the last item was brought out. No, he was carried up by someone. A man in his 50s stood up with a smile and carefully untied the black cloth. This is something I got from a place in the countryside. It's an old alchemy furnace. It's a pity that the outside has been corroded. The black cloth was untied. A 3-cauldron weighing about 100 jin appeared in everyone's field of vision. Compared to a normal alchemy furnace, this alchemy furnace was too ugly to look at. The alchemy furnace wall was full of rust stains. It was basically no different from a piece of junk. This pill furnace is still very valuable. For example, this inscription. If it is repaired, it will still have a certain collection value. The middle-aged man said with a smile. Everyone shook their heads. This pill furnace was severely damaged. To put it bluntly, it didn't have much value. Clearly, the other party was here to try his luck. It's fine to barter or even Chinese currency. The middle-aged man was thick-skinned. If it's something, it's worth at least 5 million. If it's Chinese currency, it's also worth 2 million. After the 3-cauldron was taken out, Lin Fei's eyes couldn't help but flash a strange light. Can I see it? Lin Fei asked. Sure. The middle-aged man didn't care who it was, as long as he was interested. Qian Duoduo was also confused. You actually have an eye for this thing. If it was the strange stone from before, then it was passable. But now it was a broken alchemy furnace. Other than its age, there really didn't seem to be anything special about it. Valuable. It wasn't valuable at all. It could only fool people who didn't know how to try it. Tang Feng didn't say anything. The corner of his mouth raised, and his eyes were filled with ridicule. Even he could see that this alchemy furnace didn't have much value. Lin Fei walked up, not caring about everyone's gazes. He walked around the alchemy furnace and then knocked left and right. 2 million, I want it. Lin Fei smiled. I can't return empty-handed. The middle-aged man was overjoyed. Are you sure you want this alchemy furnace for 2 million? Of course, Lin Fei said, unless someone is willing to fight with me for this broken alchemy furnace. In reality, no one would come to fight for this alchemy furnace. In this circle, who didn't care about their face, there was no need to make a joke of this kind of thing. At that time, if they were to be judged as having bad eyesight, it would become a lifetime of shame. Now that you said it, I really intend to bid. The triangular-eyed young man, Chen Liwen, laughed. 3 million. Chen Liwen also knew how to show off. If he could make this kid spend a large sum of money to buy this alchemy furnace, that young Master Tang Feng would definitely be very happy. Li Shan also smiled. His last disciple had finally done something clever. Even if it was a broken alchemy furnace, Li Shan didn't want Lin Fei to easily get his hands on it. No matter what, he would have to spend a large sum of money. At least he could vent his anger. You guys planned to fight with me. Lin Fei knew that these two fellas wouldn't sit still. Now, they finally came out to cause trouble. You're wrong. Who asked me to like this thing? Chen Liwen said proudly. I don't have much money on me, but taking out tens of millions is no problem. Such an antique thing, it's not bad to plan it at home. Another one to provoke. Everyone was convinced by this new member of Lin Fei. He really knew how to offend people. Everyone knew about Master Li Shan. Offending Master Li Shan's disciple was equivalent to offending Master Li Shan. Su Wenchang had another headache. He hadn't even settled the matter with young Master Tang Feng, and now another thing popped up. Could it be that today was a bad day? Why did they meet again? No matter if it was young Master Tang Feng or Master Li Shan, Su Wenchang couldn't afford to offend them. They just had to move their lips, and the unlucky one would definitely be him. Looks like you've suffered quite a bit. Lin Fei chuckled, then kneeled down and kowtowed obediently. Pa! He snapped his fingers. Kowtow! Before Chen Liwen could react, his entire mind was blank. Get up! With a plop, he knelt on the ground. Kacha! A heavy sound. Everyone couldn't help but feel a wave of pain. Bang, bang, bang! Chen Liwen's eyes were lifeless, and he continuously kowtowed to the ground. One after another, he didn't stop. Every time he kowtowed, he used a lot of strength. After more than 10 kowtows, his forehead was bleeding. Shameless brat! How dare you use such a dirty trick on my disciple? Li Shan was furious. His eyes were about to spit fire. Remember the mobile website. M. Chapter 38-39. Silence. There was a sudden silence. Everyone was dumbfounded. What the hell is going on? They only saw him snap his fingers. Master Li Shan's last disciple, Chen Liwen, kowtowed to him without any warning. Scary. It was really scary. Su Wenchang even secretly sucked in a breath of cold air. That person, Master Li Shan's face, was also full of anger. You're courting death. You and your disciple should be together. As the saying goes, we should share blessings and misfortunes together. Lin Fei smiled and snapped his fingers again. Plop! The famous Master Li Shan knelt on the ground just like that. Bang! Bang! He repeated the action of his last disciple, Chen Liwen. A metaphysics master kowtowed to a young man just like that. It was a real kowtow without any pretense. You do it, I do it. It was orderly. Chen Lai, who had been accompanying Master Li Shan, was also moved and stood up instantly. Stop! A roar was like thunder. It made everyone's eardrums hurt. Lin Fei smiled and said, You want to stand up for them, right? Chen Lai was indeed here to help, but he had underestimated this guy's means. There was an evil aura all over him. I asked you to stop, Chen Lai said in a deep voice. Crack, crack, crack. With one step, everyone felt like there was an earthquake. Even the tea water was rippling. It seems that you also want to kowtow. Then I'll fulfill your wish. Lin Fei smiled and snapped his fingers again. You. Chen Lai did not finish the last word. His eyes lost focus, and he also knelt down with a plop. In an instant, countless cracks appeared on the ground. It was horrifying. Don't worry, everyone. I'm a good person, Lin Fei said with a smile. No one dared to say anything at this moment. Both Master Li Shan and Fist Master Chen Lai were top-notch experts. But now they looked so horrible. Blood was flowing out, and it was very horrifying. Tang Feng's smile also froze at this moment. Could it be that I'm really sick? Tang Feng was frightened by this sudden thought. Impossible it must be. Although Tang Feng wanted to suppress this thought. But the scene in front of him made Tang Feng's confidence waver. The scene of the three kowtowing shocked everyone, especially Su Wenchang. For a moment, no one dared to speak. We'll buy this pill furnace as a gift to Mr. Lin. Chen Liwen stopped and said with lifeless eyes, How could that middle-aged man dare to say no? He was scared, quite badly. How could he have known that there was such a terrifying person? No problem. Trembling, he uttered a sentence. The deal was quickly completed. I already said, don't fight with me for this pill furnace. Lin Fei shook his head. Why did you run out and embarrass yourself? Today, I've ruined everyone's mood. I apologize to everyone. Lin Fei smiled and came to the side of the pill furnace. I won't disturb everyone. He reached out and grabbed the furnace. He picked it up and left. Everyone was dumbfounded once again. When Lin Fei went downstairs, everyone came back to their senses and looked at each other, not knowing what to say. Qian Duoduo's face flickered. Could it be that Brother Lin is an otherworldly expert or a martial artist? Not long after, just when Su Wenchang was hesitating whether to call an ambulance, Li Shan and the other two recovered their consciousness one after another, but their faces were very ugly. We've been hypnotized, Chen Lai said in shock. How can there be such a powerful hypnosis in this world? Master Li Shan trembled with anger. With a cry, he spat out a mouthful of blood and fell down. Master! The scene was in a mess. Lin Fei came out with the pill furnace. Unfortunately, the dark void stone is 3 days late. Shaking his head, he spread out his divine sense and jumped into the alley where there was no one. It was really not easy to transport such a big pill furnace back. Lin Fei might as well carry it back himself. Save trouble. Along the way, he purposely passed through places with few people and sealed a certain area with his powerful divine sense. Even if someone saw it, their memory would be instantly erased. Finally got it back. He jumped into Xia Lin's room. Lin Fei let out a long sigh. It's really troublesome without a spatial ring. Otherwise, it wouldn't be so troublesome if I just put the pill furnace in there. Thinking that Tang Feng would take the initiative to send it over, Lin Fei's lips curled into a smile. Coincidentally, I'm still short of money. I can only say that you're unlucky. Lin Fei snorted. It was not easy to snatch something from an immortal realm expert. There was always a price to pay. As long as Tang Feng obediently sent it over, it was still a fortunate thing for him. Who would have thought that this dilapidated cauldron would be a treasure? Lin Fei sat on the sofa and said with a smile, although this pill furnace looked old and seemed no different from a pile of scrap metal, it was actually not. This pill furnace was sealed by a layer of power. Open! Lin Fei did not know how to unseal it, but he knew how to forcefully break it. Palm after palm hit the pill furnace, like moving clouds and flowing water. His whole body only left an afterimage. Done! Hua hua hua! Lin Fei stopped and lightly flicked at the pill furnace. Whoa! A crisp sound rang. Cracks appeared on the pill furnace, spreading across the surface of the pill furnace like a spider web. In the next second, they all slid down. The pill furnace that originally looked dilapidated had a huge change after Lin Fei's operation. It was brand new. At this moment, the pill furnace had an ancient charm to it and seemed to contain a deep sense of history. Anyone who saw it would be shocked, and then even more shocked. A bunch of fools. They don't even know the treasure is right in front of them. The pill furnace looked brand new. Lin Fei was in a good mood. As for how good the pill furnace was, it was not that good. It could only be said to be average. However, it was not a problem to use it to concoct pills. With this pill furnace, I can concoct pills in my free time. He still needed to suppress the injuries of his infinite divine body. At the same time, on the other side, after Tang Feng left Precious Treasure Pavilion, he also became restless. If not for that scene, perhaps he would only treat it as a joke and find someone to deal with that guy 3 days later. But now, to the hospital. Tang Feng sat in a Hummer and said to the driver. He then closed his eyes and rested. People's Hospital. When Director Zhou Tianjing heard that Tang Feng was coming for an inspection, he immediately came out to welcome him. Tang family's biggest influence was in the government. Although young Master Tang Feng was not involved in politics, no one dared to ignore him. I want a full body checkup. Be quick, especially here. Tang Feng said to Director Zhou. I hope there will be results in 1 or 2 hours. Tang Feng did not forget what he said. He would faint this afternoon. If he believed it, there would be results. If he didn't, there would be no results. No matter what, Tang Feng was still worried. He was the most unfathomable person, so far. Master Li Shan and Fist Master Chen Lai were played in the palm of his hand. Tang Feng knew that he would not be able to do it unless he had the Tang family behind him. It was better to be safe than sorry. Young Master Feng, follow me. Zhou Tianzheng also sensed something. Could it be that young Master Tang Feng had a serious illness? But from his first impression, he did not seem to be. Chapter 3840. Jiangbei People's Hospital. With Zhou Tianzheng, the dean, there were naturally no obstructions. An hour later, the basic report came out. Zhou Tianzheng was more anxious. After checking, he was completely relieved and smiled at Tang Feng, young Master Feng. Your body is very good. There is no problem. I'm fine, Tang Feng asked. I'm sure there is no mistake. I'm really fine, Zhou Tianzheng nodded. Other than some indigestion, there is no other problem. What about here? Tang Feng pointed at his head. There is no problem. Zhou Tianzheng was somewhat puzzled. What was wrong with this young Master Tang Feng today? That's good, that's good. Tang Feng finally felt relieved. He believed that the dean would not lie to him and did not have the guts. I almost fell for it. Tang Feng's eyes flashed a hint of coldness. I was thinking too much. That guy is definitely bluffing. Tang Feng thought. You want me to take the initiative to bring the strange stone to your door? You are thinking too much. Young Master Feng, your body is very good. Did you hear some bad news? Zhou Tianjing took the initiative to say, if that hospital is talking nonsense, I will personally help you understand. After all, there are many arrogant people nowadays. Their skills are not good, but their ability to bluff people is very good. This kind of person must be dealt with seriously and not become a black sheep. It's nothing. Tang Feng naturally wouldn't say it. He couldn't possibly say that he was tricked into seeing a doctor. That would really be a joke to death. Sorry to trouble you this time, Dean Zhou. Tang Feng smiled. No trouble. To be able to leave a good impression on Tang Feng, this time was the right time. Originally, Zhou Tianzheng wanted to send Tang Feng off, but he refused. He could only watch him leave, feeling curious. Not far away, that young master, Tang Feng, fell to the ground with a muffled groan. This scene happened too quickly. Young Master Feng, what happened to you? The bodyguard was dumbfounded. He was still fine a moment ago, but the next moment, Dean Zhou Tianzheng was also dumbfounded. Qin Family Martial Arts Dojo. Fifth uncle, what happened to you? Chun Shanshan had just gotten off work when she was stopped by her fifth uncle. When she saw her fifth uncle's appearance, Qin Shanshan was also frightened. As an expert of the Chun Family Martial Arts School, especially one who had stepped into the Dark Realm, he was basically a famous figure in the martial arts circle. But now his forehead was red and swollen, and there were even traces of blood. This made Qin Shanshan unable to remain calm. Qin Lai, Qin Shanshan's fifth uncle. Don't mention it. I failed miserably. Chun Lai laughed bitterly as his eyes revealed a hint of hatred. Despite all my calculations, I still suffered a loss. Chun Lai concluded that he had underestimated his opponent. If Chun Lai knew that he could hypnotize himself so easily, he would definitely be on guard. In the end, he lost face in the treasure pavilion. Even though Su Wenchang had ordered for the news to be sealed and no one would spread the news, it was hard to say. No matter what, as a boxing master of the Chen Family Martial Arts School, he had brought shame to the Qin family. This made Qin lie very unwilling. He had to defeat that brat to wash away the humiliation. Ah, who did it? Qin Shanshan was also angry. Qin Lai said, Shanshan, you're from the criminal police unit. Originally, if you defeated me in a fair fight, Uncle would definitely accept it. But that person played tricks. Uncle, I can't accept it. I can't take this lying down. Fifth uncle, what do you want me to do? Chen Shanshan also wanted to see who had the guts to go against the Chun Family Martial Arts School. Please find this person. Chen Lai said, I only need his specific location. Chun Lai took out a photo. This was a screenshot from the Treasure Pavilion surveillance. The person in the photo was a bit blurry. In fact, Chun Lai was also surprised by this matter. He clearly saw it, but why could the surveillance only show a blurry face? It was really strange. Chun Shanshan took a look and frowned. Why does this person give me a familiar feeling? Although the face was blurry, Chun Shanshan didn't know why, but she inexplicably felt that she had seen him somewhere before, but she couldn't remember for a while. This was really strange. You've seen him before. Chun Lai noticed the change in Shanshan. I think I've seen him before, but I can't remember. Chun Shanshan said, however, I can find an expert in the group to try to restore him. The success rate is still very high. The new pill furnace was in his hands. Lin Fei didn't hesitate to spend a lot of energy to refine the pill furnace. It really became big and small. Lin Fei still had this ability. He couldn't just leave a big pill furnace in the room. When Xia Lin came back, who knew what would happen? She's not back yet. Lin Fei adjusted his body and found that Xia Lin hadn't come back yet. Under normal circumstances, Xia Lin would have come back at this time. Brother Lin, you eat first. I'm afraid I'll come back very late tonight. Xia Lin called first. It's okay. Lin Fei laughed. Do you want me to pick you up after work? In any case, I pretended to be your boyfriend. Okay. Xia Lin agreed and didn't give Lin Fei time to react. I'm really afraid that those guys will come to trouble me. In the company, Xia Lin's tired face also showed a trace of a smile. To be honest, after such a short time of contact, Xia Lin really didn't want Lin Fei to leave. It was rare to hear such words. Of course, Xia Lin wanted it. Sometimes, Xia Lin even wondered if Brother Lin didn't like her. After all, she was a great beauty. There's still time. Let's draw a few talismans first. The yellow paper and cinnabar and other materials bought came in handy. Drawing talismans was difficult for others, but for Lin Fei, it was really not difficult. He picked up the brush and put it down. It was as if he had divine help. Each stroke outlined a line full of fire and finally gathered into a special talisman. The yellow paper was still the same yellow paper, but it was bestowed with great power. Protection talisman. This was the first talisman that Lin Fei drew. In times of danger, it could resist 3 attacks, and it was a random attack. After 3 times, the energy in the talisman would be exhausted. Not bad, not bad, the quality is perfect, but it consumes too much energy. The energy condensed by the broken infinite God body was consumed by quite a bit. According to this calculation, I can still draw a few more protection talismans. Lin Fei didn't need protection talismans, but some people did. In one breath, Lin Fei drew 5 protection talismans. After that, he spent another 2 healing talismans. This was slightly worse than the protection talisman, but it was also a good thing for healing. Not long after, he made a total of 10 talismans. 5 protection talismans, 3 healing talismans, and the remaining 2 were soul destruction talismans. They were quite powerful. After 10 talismans, Lin Fei was unbearably tired. I must find a place to refine pills. Xia Lin's house was too crowded. The idea of finding a house became even more urgent. Chapter 3841. Intian Building, Mei Xing Company. At this time, many companies had already closed. But in the manager's office of Mei Xing Company, the lights were still on. As the general manager, Bai Xingnan was no longer as strong as before. She was sitting in her seat with a sad expression. Sister Xingnan, is there really no other way? Charlene also had a trace of exhaustion between her brows. There's no other way. Bai Xingnan smiled bitterly. Charlene said, this is my fault. If it wasn't for me, she would never have dared to leave at this time. I affected the company. Bai Xingnan shook her head. Shaolin, don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. Actually, I knew about Director Shui's shady dealings a long time ago. Then why? Charlene's eyes widened. Why didn't you? Our company can't do without Director Shui. Bai Shengnan said. Compared to Director Shui, my ability is still a lot worse. If I was given more time, perhaps. Bai Shengnan was too arrogant. She never expected that Shui Meiqi's departure would have such a big impact on the company. Can't we sue Shui Meiqi? Charlene gritted her teeth. After all, don't think about it. If Shui Meiqi dared to do that, she must have cleaned up the mess. Bai Shengnan let out a long sigh. All right, it's getting late. Isn't your man coming soon? Hurry up and tidy yourself up. What if he accuses me of abusing you? I won't accept that. He's not my boyfriend. Charlene burst into laughter. All right, get off work, Bai Shengnan said. I'll think about it again. I should be able to think of a way. Soon. Only Bai Shengnan was left in the manager's office. I didn't expect that I would still lose. Bai Shengnan stood up. I really can't accept this. It wasn't easy for me to go through the channels. Why did this happen? At this moment, Bai Shengnan's face was filled with unwillingness. I, Bai Shengnan, will never admit defeat. You really came. Charlene stood under the building. Actually, she was also feeling uneasy. She would look around from time to time, until a figure appeared. Joy appeared on Xia Lin's face. Halfway through, she subconsciously stopped. Are you unhappy? Lin Fei laughed. Or are you worried that I'll kidnap you and sell you? Xia Lin giggled and rolled her eyes. I just didn't expect you to really come. I thought you would trick me. Lin Fei didn't know whether to laugh or cry. You're a beauty, and I'm living in your house. Who would dare to trick you? If you don't let me stay, I can only wander the streets. Xia Lin placed her hands on her waist. Look at me now. Don't I look even more like her? Lin Fei gave him a thumbs up and shrunk his neck. I'm so scared. Look of death. The troubles in the company were temporarily suppressed with the appearance of Lin Fei and were replaced by a smile. I'll treat you to supper. Do you want to come? Of course. Xia Lin patted her stomach. I'm hungry. When they were far away, in an inconspicuous place, a young man took out his phone and dialed a number. Brother Bao, they seem to be going for supper. I think we can make our move after they finish supper. The young man reported in a low voice. Okay, I'll go up right away. Looking at them, they should be going to a supper stall nearby. After living in the other world for so long, Lin Fei seemed to have forgotten the term supper. When he came, he realized supper had started. Why are you in such a good mood to treat me to supper today? Xia Lin asked curiously. Speaking of which, I'm in a good mood today. Lin Fei laughed. Someone wants to give me money. Not only that, they also want to give me something. Don't you think it's a good thing? Nonsense. Xia Lin didn't believe it. Maybe someone is preparing to trick you. Trick me, Xia Lin said seriously. One look and I know you're easy to trick. Lin Fei was speechless. Do I look like an honest person? After leaving the building, not too far away, there was a supper street. It wasn't as big as Watercloud Street, but it was still quite lively. This is it. Lin Fei came to a barbecue stall. I love barbecue the most, Xia Lin said happily, but every time I eat barbecue, I don't know how much weight I'll gain. Women, every time they eat, they always find a reason for themselves. Lin Fei was speechless again. Very quickly, the two of them chose a lot of barbecue ingredients. All right, this is for you. Lin Fei took out a talisman. Remember, you must keep it close by your side. Ah, talisman. Xia Lin's eyes widened. You know about it too. Lin Fei was quite surprised. There weren't many young people who could recognize this thing. Xia Lin said proudly, Others might not know, but I do. I've seen someone wearing a talisman before, but it's different from yours. Tell me honestly, where did you get it? Lin Fei curled his lips. Do I even need to ask for this? I drew it myself. It's genuine. You know how to draw talismans. Xia Lin said in shock, "Are you a fraud?" Fraud? Lin Fei really admired Xia Lin's brain. "Do I look like a fraud?" Xia Lin nodded. "You do, mysterious. If you're older, you'll look even more alike. Since you drew it, I'll reluctantly accept it." Although she said that, Xia Lin was very happy in her heart. This was the first gift, even if it was just a talisman. How could Lin Fei not see Xia Lin's little thoughts? Nor did he expose her. "I thought you didn't want it," Xia Lin snorted. "Who said I don't want it? I'm preparing to find a master to see how good you are. Both of you, the food is ready." The barbecue stall owner brought the barbecue over. "Boss, give me 2 bottles of beer," Xia Lin shouted, looking like she was in a hurry. "You still want a drink?" Lin Fei laughed. "I'm happy," Xia Lin said, "eating barbecue without drinking beer. What does it look like?" This reason was invincible. A barbecue meal cost more than 100 yuan. "Thank you for coming to pick me up." After paying the bill, Lin Fei and Xia Lin walked by the side of the road. Xia Lin lowered her head to look at the road. Perhaps it was because of the beer. Her face revealed a hint of red. "I'm touched." Lin Fei quite liked this kind of leisurely life. There was no fighting or killing. Everything was so peaceful. "Are you still thinking of repaying me with your body?" Rebuking, Xia Lin said, "What a flowery mouth, you're not serious at all. I really suspect that you often pick up girls." "Pick up girls? How long has it been?" "That's right. I'm the playboy you guys are talking about." Lin Fei smiled. "Actually, I'm just a low-profile, rich, second-generation heir. One day I saw you and then I saw you. So I personally acted as a hero to save the damsel in distress. How about it? Did you take the bait?" Xia Lin laughed so hard that her eyes were about to form a line. At this moment, a few dazzling lights shone over. One after another, 2 vans approached them, forcing them to stop by the side of the road. "Don't move. My gun doesn't have eyes." Chapter 3842. It was a sudden turn of events. Charlene was scared out of her wits, especially when she saw the black muzzle of the gun. Half of her body was leaning on Lin Fei. That was a gun. She had only seen it on the news. Charlene was so nervous that she could not speak. Her face was pale. She was really scared out of her wits. "How dare you take revenge?" Lin Fei looked at the person in the car. It was none other than Brother Leopard. At this moment, Brother Leopard's eyes were filled with hatred and murderous intent. He held a black gun in his hand and pointed it at Lin Fei. "Yeah, you didn't expect this, right?" Brother Leopard said gloomily. "You made me lose all my face in Jiangbei and became a joke in the underworld. As soon as I go out, people will point fingers at me. It's all your fault. How can I not take revenge? I know you can hypnotize me. If you dare to move, I don't mind sending you off with this bullet." A few strong men jumped out of the car. They took out a rope and came over. "Be obedient and don't move," Brother Leopard said coldly. "Maybe I'll let you go when I'm in a good mood." Lin Fei comforted Charlene. "It'll be fine. I'm here." Charlene was so scared that she did not dare to speak. The strong men came over and tied up Lin Fei's hands. At the same time, a knife was pointed at his waist. "Don't move or your waist will be crippled. It's not something that can be recovered by eating pork loin." One of the strong men snorted. Just like that, Lin Fei and Charlene were brought into the van. One after another, the 2 vans left the scene. An hour later, in the night, the 2 vans arrived at an abandoned house by the sea. "Boss, what should we do with that man and woman?" Brother Leopard got out of the car. A ruthless look flashed across his face. "Of course we'll get rid of that man." Brother Leopard gritted his teeth at Lin Fei. Not only was he on the news, but he also became a joke in the underworld. He did not even dare to step out of his house. If he did not vent his anger, how could he swallow it down? As for that woman, treat it as a reward for everyone. Lin Fei and Charlene were chased out. Lin Fei, you're really brave to use hypnosis on me. You're awesome, but no matter how awesome you are, can you be more awesome than this thing? Brother Leopard didn't dare to make a move in the downtown area. It was different here. There was almost no one living within a radius of a few miles. At night, one could not even see their own fingers. Those who offended Brother Leopard were all brought here to be dealt with. Brother Leopard held the black gun. Tell me, do you still have the right to go against me? In that case, you still want to kill me, Lin Fei said lightly. That's right, I want to kill you. Brother Leopard grinned. But don't worry, I won't kill you so easily. I'll let you have a taste of the torture I've prepared for you. For example, I'll break your hands first. Let's see how you're going to hypnotize me without your hands. Brother Leopard found out about hypnosis later. That was why he brought Black Spear with him. Brother Leopard didn't believe that this fellow would dare to make a move. As expected, this fella didn't have a chance to make a move. The scales of victory were on him. It wasn't as troublesome as he imagined. No, you can't kill Brother Lin. Charlene screamed as tears flowed down her face. Brother Leopard squinted his eyes. Don't worry, I've prepared a feast for you. I guarantee that you won't forget it for the rest of your life. Miss Charlene, you should be glad that you're pretty. All right, I'll have to ask the pretty Miss Charlene to leave first. After all, there will be blood later. It won't be good if you get scared. Immediately, 2 strong men came over to take Charlene away. Don't come over. Charlene shook her head. I won't leave even if you beat me to death. As soon as she said that, Charlene fainted inexplicably. Lin Fei hugged Charlene and didn't let her fall. You guys are really good. A cold light flashed in Lin Fei's eyes. I gave you guys a chance the last time, and you still dare to take revenge. Brother Leopard's pupils constricted. I didn't expect you to be so capable. So what if I take revenge on you? Kneel now. With a gun in his hand, Brother Leopard was confident. As long as the other party dared to move, he would immediately shoot that bastard. Anyway, in this place he could just dig a hole and bury it. After 3 to 5 months, he would turn into bones. Who would know who he was? You're too ignorant. Lin Fei was filled with killing intent. This was the first time he had killing intent since he returned from the alternate world. He took a step forward. I'll kill you, and you still dare to argue with me. Brother Leopard was ruthless. The moment Lin Fei moved, he opened fire. Bang! Hee, you dare to fight with me. There must be something wrong with your brain. Brother Leopard sneered. I've already told you how ignorant you are. Lin Fei's voice rang out. He came in front of Brother Leopard, and with a wave of his hand, he slapped Brother Leopard's body. Bang! Brother Leopard flew out over 30 meters and was embedded into the wall. He stopped breathing on the spot. I'll return this bullet to you. Lin Fei threw a bullet and shot it into Brother Leopard's forehead. The remaining underlings of Brother Leopard were all dumbfounded. You guys aren't any good either. Go down and accompany your boss. Lin Fei's heart moved. His figure was like a ghost as he flashed past them. Bang, bang, bang. In less than a few breaths, all of Brother Leopard's underlings were sent flying. At this moment, they were all dead. I don't kill. Do you really think that I'm easy to bully? Lin Fei said coldly. If not for this method, Lin Fei wouldn't have bothered to deal with them, who asked them to seek their own deaths. And these people had the smell of blood on them. It was obvious that their hands were stained with blood. Lin Fei didn't mind getting rid of these people for the sake of the people. Charlene fainted because Lin Fei did it. He didn't want to be frightened by this scene. Even if Lin Fei restrained his strength, they still couldn't withstand the power of infinite God body. The power of every punch and kick was terrifying. These people looked fine, but in fact, their bones and flesh were almost in a mess. Lin Fei was used to it, but Charlene was different. She would definitely be shocked. I have to run back again. Lin Fei shook his head and changed his method of carrying Charlene. He ran into the night and returned to Jiangbei district like a ghost. Lin Fei couldn't be bothered with the corpses in the abandoned room. There was no evidence at the scene. Lin Fei wasn't afraid of being found. Without any evidence, no one could say anything. I'm back. Back to Charlene's place. It took less than 30 minutes. Lin Fei purposely restrained his speed. Plus, he had to find a way in Jiangbei district. Otherwise, his speed would be even faster. When I wake up tomorrow, everything will be fine. Lin Fei didn't erase this memory. After all, if he erased it, it would mean that his life wasn't perfect. If it was someone else, it would be fine. But Charlene, Lin Fei really couldn't do it. Chapter 3843. You're the ones who called the police. In the East China Sea at night, at a remote place along the coast. At that very moment, 7 to 8 police cars were lined up and the scene was cordoned off. Meanwhile, Xia Tianyuan's face was pale and he could barely stand. Needless to say, Li Jia was next to him. Yes. Li Jia was terrified. He was there to see Lin Fei's misfortune, but he did not expect this to happen. Brother Leopard, who was in the underworld, was killed along with his underlings. There were more than a dozen of them. This was unbelievable. At that moment, another police car arrived. First, a pair of long legs came down, and a valiant female police officer jumped down. What's the situation? Chun Shanshan asked her teammates as soon as she got down and hung her ID. Captain Chin, it's Jiangbei District's boss, Zhao Leopard, who was killed in a very cruel way. One of the police officers reported. It's him. Chun Shanshan was surprised. Zhao Leopard was famous for being cunning. She did not expect him to be killed. I'll go in and take a look. Captain Chin, you must be mentally prepared. Chun Shanshan didn't care much. It wasn't like she hadn't seen cruel things. However, her expression changed when she saw the dead bodies on the ground. Captain Chin, the murderer is very cruel. Look at these bodies. They look fine on the surface, but they're actually broken inside. Even their bones are broken. They're just a pile of meat now. We don't even dare to move. A forensic doctor said with a bitter smile. Chun Shanshan could not help but take a deep breath after looking through the bodies. According to our preliminary analysis, they were killed by a huge external force. There are no clues left at the scene, not even footprints. Chun Shanshan came out after hearing that. Captain Chen, there's good news. I heard that Zhao Leopard is going to deal with Lin Fei's underling tonight. One of her teammates reported. I heard that Li Jia and Xia Tianyuan are here to vent their anger. Lin Fei. Chun Shanshan's heart skipped a beat. How old is he? I heard that he's in his early 20s. Bring them back and get the surveillance cameras nearby to investigate this Lin Fei. Chun Shanshan could not help but think of a silhouette. I hope it's not you. Why am I at home? Charlene opened her eyes and found herself back home. Outside the window, the sunlight shone in. It was very comfortable. No, Xia Lin could not help but recall the scene from yesterday, but for some reason, she felt that it was rather absurd. When he got off the bed, he realized that he was still wearing the clothes he had worn yesterday. For some reason, Xia Lin had a complicated expression. You're awake. Come and have breakfast. Charlene walked out of the room and saw Lin Fei. Did I dream last night? Charlene asked herself. Big brother Lin, were we kidnapped last night? Charlene sat down and asked. Lin Fei said with a smile, I think you're dreaming. Dream on. Xia Lin asked herself, but why does it feel so real? Lin Fei laughed. You couldn't get up last night. What happened? What? Xia Lin's heart skipped a beat. It's all because you're drunk, Lin Fei said. You even said that you can hold your liquor well. But not long after we came out for supper, you got drunk and even wanted to sit in someone else's car. Did you forget about it? Ah. Xia Lin opened her mouth. How can it be? So, you must have had a dream last night. Lin Fei laughed. Also, do you have something on your mind? Otherwise, why would you get drunk so quickly? I heard that if there's something on your mind, it's easy for your mind to wander when you drink. Naturally, it's easier for you to get drunk. As for the kidnapping you mentioned, you must have had a dream. After all, that kind of thing just happened a while ago. Xia Lin felt that it was too embarrassing, so she was dreaming. Thinking about it, it must be because of the company's matters that made her drunk. Xia Lin did not dare to ask anymore. Just thinking about it was embarrassing, especially in front of a man she liked. It's nothing, Xia Lin said in a low voice, picking at the porridge in her bowl. Lin Fei was relieved. He would just treat what happened last night as a dream. Once he woke up from the dream, everything would disappear. Xia Lin went to work. Lin Fei went out to find a room. He could draw talismans at Xia Lin's house. However, he couldn't do alchemy. He couldn't find a suitable place. Police. Shortly after leaving the Jinshan district, a police car stopped next to them and 3 policemen got off. You are Lin Fei, one of the policemen said. Now, we suspect that you are related to an intentional murder case. Please come back with us. When they saw Lin Fei, they expressed their doubts. He was too ordinary. He didn't look like a suspect at all. Murder case? Lin Fei laughed. There's no mistake. We have to investigate it to know. Lin Fei said, I'll go with you. There was a murder in the abandoned house last night. 13 people had died in total, and every one of them had died in the same way. They had been killed by external forces. After a night of analysis, everyone didn't come to a conclusion. Fortunately, they found the place where Lin Fei stayed. Captain Chen, I brought him back. Outside the interrogation room, Chen Shanshan came first. However, this person looks very ordinary. He doesn't look like a murderer at all. Chen Shanshan said, I'll go in and take a look. In the interrogation room, 2 policemen were sitting. Lin Fei sat with a golden saber, looking left and right. Captain Chen. As soon as Chen Shanshan came in, the other 2 policemen stood up. I didn't expect it to be you. Although Chen Shanshan knew it, she still looked unnatural when she saw it. After all, this was her grandfather's savior. But now, what a coincidence. Lin Fei smiled. I didn't expect you to be the captain. No wonder your strength is good. Chen Shanshan never thought that this matter would involve Lin Fei. As a friend, I still want to remind you. Be honest, and you'll be lenient. The 2 policemen present were also very surprised. This person actually knew Captain Chen. Their Captain Chen was a female T-Rex in the criminal police team. They had never seen a man become Captain Chen's friend. This Lin Fei was a surprise. I'll definitely tell the truth. Lin Fei smiled. I'll definitely tell the truth. Chen Shanshan sat down. Ask away. The 2 policemen began interrogating him. The simplest name and so on. Where were you last night? One of the policemen asked. I was sleeping at home. Lin Fei said. No, someone said that you were kidnapped and brought outside. One of the policemen said sternly. Lin Fei smiled and said, This question of yours is really problematic. Who said that I was kidnapped? I was clearly sleeping. You said that I was kidnapped. Do you have any proof? With this question, the 2 policemen really didn't know what to say. From the results of the investigation, apart from Li Jia and Xia Tianyuan, who proved that this matter was related to Lin Fei, the rest of the evidence was not related to this person at all. They did not even see any trace of Lin Fei at the few intersections that led back to the city. You guys go out for a while. I'll talk to Lin Fei, Chen Shanshan finally said. Chapter 3844. At the same time, People's Hospital. Tang Feng was lying on the bed with his eyes wide open. He was in disbelief. I fainted for no reason. Dean Zhou Tianzheng was having a headache. They had yet to find out what was wrong. It was embarrassing. We haven't found anything wrong yet. Zhou Tianzheng said. No problem. Tang Feng could no longer stay calm. I know. Those words kept replaying in his mind. Could it be true? Tang Feng shuddered. If the first thing was true, then the second thing was that he would feel cold all over and lose tens of kilograms on the third day. Impossible. It must be a coincidence. Tang Feng thought that he should wait a little longer. If they really came looking for him, he would lose face as a member of the Tang family. He had to hold it in. I'll stay here and observe for a few days. Tang Feng smiled. I'll have to trouble Dean Zhou during this period. Are you feeling very complicated? Lin Fei said with a smile. Qin Shanshan was indeed having mixed feelings. It seemed like it was all because of Lin Fei. Although Li Jia and Xia Tianyuan were witnesses, there was no record of Lin Fei from the surveillance equipment nearby. There was no evidence of Lin Fei's connection at the scene. There were no clues on those people either. A person could erupt with such a powerful external force. Based on Qin Shanshan's understanding, even someone at the peak of covert strength couldn't do this. Unless he was a master. But could Lin Fei be a master? It's really complicated. Qin Shanshan nodded. Actually, there's nothing complicated about it. Lin Fei said, whether he's a suspect or not depends on evidence. If there's no evidence, he's nothing. Lin Fei did not believe that they could find any evidence. As an immortal, unless he wanted to leave evidence, no one would be able to find any, whether it was the surveillance or the scene. If there's nothing else, it's better to let me go. Lin Fei smiled. I still have a lot of things to do. Mr. Lin, don't worry. Qin Shanshan didn't want to offend Lin Fei. Our crime squad is a place for evidence. As long as it has nothing to do with you, we will let you leave soon. An inexplicable thought emerged in Qin Shanshan's subconscious. Lin Fei was the one who had done it. It was the intuition of a female police captain. After a series of inquiries, no one managed to get anything out of Lin Fei. The main point was that they really didn't have any evidence other than a little suspicion. After all, their first impressions were the strongest. You'd better go into hiding for the time being. Qin Shanshan personally sent him out. Zhao Bao is the boss of the Zhongbei district. He's dead and he's related to you. I'm afraid someone is looking for trouble with you. Does he have a strong background? Lin Fei said lightly. Zhao Bao is one of the big brothers of the biggest gang in our Zhongbei district, the Azure Dragon Gang. They have another big boss with them, and behind them is the biggest family in our Zhongbei district, the Gao family. Qin Shanshan lowered her voice. Lin Fei really didn't expect that the small fry he had casually eliminated would have such a big backer. So, whether I'm a suspect or not, the Gao family will come after me, Lin Fei said. That's about it. Qin Shanshan said. Zhao Bao is a member of the Azure Dragon Gang, representing one of the Gao family's faces. It's hard to guarantee that they won't deal with you. Lin Fei nodded and smiled. I know. Qin Shanshan had always wanted to see how Lin Fei would change after hearing the news, but she was disappointed. There was no change in his expression. Too indifferent. Qin Shanshan, even vaguely, felt that Lin Fei had a trace of disdain for them. Yes, a look of disdain. If the Gao family really dares to cause trouble for you, remember to call me. Qin Shanshan took out a piece of paper with a phone number written on it. Our Qin family is not the kind of ungrateful people. Grandpa Chen Mingshan had cured his internal injuries. Qin Shanshan would never forget this kindness for the rest of her life. Lin Fei left. Captain Qin, this person is very mysterious. A police officer came up and said, We've investigated. Lin Fei is an orphan, but he disappeared 6 years ago. He only returned to the East China Sea recently, but we can't find out where he went during that period. Disappeared for 6 years? Qin Shanshan was shocked too. At that moment, Lin Fei was shrouded in a mysterious veil. After leaving the police station, Lin Fei did not take it to heart. I can't believe that Li Jia and Xia Tianyuan dared to join in the fun. I'm afraid they want to take the opportunity to make me suffer. Lin Fei squinted as a cold gleam flashed through his eyes. After all, he had sensed Li Jia and Xia Tianyuan's aura at the crime squad earlier. I'll deal with them when I have time. They were just two ants. Lin Fei really did not take it to heart. Beep! On the road, a car horn sounded behind him. When he turned around, it was a black Mercedes-Benz with a chubby guy waving at him. Brother Lin Fei, Qian Duo greeted him. It's me, Qian Duo. The name was still fresh in Lin Fei's memory. There were not many names like that. What a coincidence! He had met Qin Shanshan at the police station, and she was a captain. Now he had met Qian Duo. Where are you going? I'll give you a ride. Qian Duo was also very surprised. Just now, when he was driving, he just casually glanced around and actually saw Lin Fei. Qian Duo would never forget that person. In the precious treasure pavilion, not only did he offend young Master Tang Feng, but he also messed with Master Li Shan. Boxer Chen Lai was so embarrassed that it was hard not to remember him. Lin Fei did not reject him. He opened the car door and sat in the passenger seat. Just bring me to a famous real estate agency nearby. Lin Fei asked casually. Ah, you're going to a real estate agency? Qian Duo was surprised again. You're looking for a house. Can't I? Lin Fei laughed. Qian Duo's eyes narrowed as if he knew something. Brother Lin, this is simple. My family does real estate. What house do you want? I'll help you get it. Lin Fei also laughed. Your family actually does real estate. No wonder you have such a name. Lin Fei laughed. Then I'll have to trouble you. Qian Duo heard some news. That Tang Feng was hospitalized. He did not know why he was hospitalized, but it seemed to verify Lin Fei's words. This Tang family's young master, Tang Feng, seemed to be in poor health. Perhaps there was something wrong with his brain. There was a reason why Qian Duo was so enthusiastic. Let's go. I'll take you there. Qian Duo stepped on the accelerator. 10 minutes later, Qian Duo brought Lin Fei to a magnificent real estate agency. Boss, when Qian Duo came, the person inside stood up. Little Zhang, come here. Qian Duo called a woman. This is my friend. He's looking for a house. Help him. Chapter 38:45. To be honest, Lin Fei did not care much about what Qian Duo thought. Right now, he needed to find a place with a good environment and a relatively quiet place. Xiao Zhang, who was called over, quickly began to introduce to Lin Fei. Mr. Lin, this is a house in Jinli District, 3 bedrooms and 1 living room. The rent is about 5,000. Xiao Zhang did not dare to be negligent. Soon, 7 or 8 houses were introduced. Lin Fei was still not satisfied. There was still a certain gap between them and the house he imagined. Especially the district, it was not Lin Fei's ideal choice. He preferred a quiet place. After all, concocting pills required enough quiet. Forget about the district. Brother Lin, how about a villa? Qian Duo interrupted. The space is good, the environment is good, and usually not many people will come to disturb us. A villa is not bad. Lin Fei nodded. It doesn't need to be famous as long as it is quiet. If the price is right, I can also buy it. Lin Fei was not short of money. A villa worth 20 or 30 million. He did not even need to blink. No problem. Qian Duo patted his chest and guaranteed. Soon a villa was taken out. Lin Fei looked around and really saw a villa. The area was not very big, with a total of more than 300 square meters, and the location was not very conspicuous. Then let's go here and take a look. Ah. Qian Duo brought Lin Fei to Soaring Dragon Villa. Inside Soaring Dragon Villa, it was actually a holiday villa. in the periphery of Jiangbei district. It was adjacent to the other two districts. Whether it was transportation or not, it was very convenient. Brother Lin, your eyes are really good. This soaring dragon villa is the most suitable for cultivation. Qian Duo drove into soaring dragon villa. What entered his eyes was an exuberant greenery. The greenery was done very well. The villas were not arranged in a row like the traditional way, but built in a certain position. This is Soaring Dragon Villa. There are a total of 108 villas. Qian Duo introduced. Whether it is greenery or other things, it is done very well. Lin Fei sat in the front passenger seat. At first glance, it was very good, but after the second glance, he frowned slightly. It's here. Qian Duo finally stopped in front of a villa. This is it. Qian Duo took the initiative to open the door for Lin Fei and pointed at the villa in front of him with a smile. The villa that came into view was a small courtyard surrounded by walls. Behind it was the main body of the villa. It was a 3-story building with a small balcony, pure European style, and at the same time a rural lifestyle. Not bad. Qian Duo opened the small courtyard of the villa and heaved a sigh of relief. As long as you like it. After entering the villa, Qian Duo revealed a satisfied expression. The biggest highlight of this soaring Dragon Manor's villa is that in summer it is like walking into an ice cave. There is basically no need to turn on the air conditioner. Lin Fei watched with a smile. First, it was the first floor, then the second floor, and finally the small balcony on the third floor. Standing on the small balcony, one can see the small high place. The villas of the Soaring Dragon Manor were built according to a certain height, forming a flight of stairs. At first glance, it looked very spectacular. Brother Lin, do you like this place? Qian Duo laughed. If it was last year, even if this place had money, they might not be able to buy it. But I don't know why, but this year a lot of people are selling it. Lin Fei said, Did someone die here before? Ah. Qian Duo was startled and subconsciously nodded. Yes, last year there was a murder case in a villa. It was said that the whole family of 5 were all killed. It was very cruel, but until now, the police still haven't solved the case. Lin Fei said with a smile, Then it's right for these people to sell their houses. Hearing this, Qian Duo was confused. He looked left and right. Brother Lin, did you see something wrong? Don't scare me. I can't take a scare the most. Although Qian Duo was heavy, his courage was really not big. There's a ghost. Lin Fei looked into the distance and said, How is this possible? Qian Duo subconsciously shrunk his neck. Brother Lin, don't misunderstand. I really don't want to lie to you. Qian Duo was afraid that Lin Fei would be angry and bear a grudge against him. Ghost. A distant and terrifying existence. If it was said by an ordinary person, Qian Duo would definitely not believe it. But this Brother Lin was not ordinary. Master Li Shan and Fist Master Qin Lai had suffered a great loss because of him. Qian Duo chose to believe him. This is not your fault. Lin Fei said indifferently. I'm afraid that many people here may not believe that this place is haunted. Qian Duo felt a chill all over his body. Haunted, that's right. No wonder they all sold their houses. So this is the case. Brother Lin, how can haunted affect the entire Soaring Dragon Manor? Lin Fei pointed at the villa near the forest. If I'm not wrong, that villa is the one where the accident happened. Yes. Qian Duo nodded repeatedly. Brother Lin, you are really amazing. Could it be that you are also a feng shui master like Master Li Shan? Hee. Lin Fei said with a faint smile. Master Li Shan is just a scammer. Oh, by the way, Brother Lin, I just remembered something. Qian Duo slapped his forehead. I heard that villa was recently put up for sale. It seems to only cost 5 million Chinese dollars. 5 million? As an immortal expert, Lin Fei naturally did not care about mere ghosts. Looking from here, there was still a big difference between the villa below and the villa near the forest. "Take me there to have a look." Chien Duo took a deep breath. "Brother Lin, don't tell me that you have taken a fancy to that villa? I heard that many masters wanted to subdue demons, but in the end, they all suffered a great loss in that villa. How about you don't go there?" "It's okay," Lin Fei said with a smile. "A 5 million villa is cheaper than the villa below my feet, don't you think so?" Chien Duo really admired Lin Fei. Not everyone had this kind of courage. However, what he said was not wrong. Even if the villa below his feet was put up for sale, the cheapest price would still be more than 30 million. That villa was priced at 5 million yuan, and it could not be any cheaper. It was not very far from here. So cold. As they got closer to the villa, the surrounding temperature was obviously dropping. "Brother Lin, is that villa really haunted?" Chien Duo shrunk his neck. "In the past, I thought that this cold was because of the terrain. It is indeed a bit powerful. This chill was actually caused by the cold wind." Those who did not know would definitely think that it was a problem of geographical location. But in reality, it was not. 10 minutes later, the villa appeared in their field of vision. However, the entrance of the villa seemed to be quite lively today. "Hello, everyone. I am your brave anchor, Sumin. Today, we have come to our Jiangbei district, a famous haunted villa to explore. Friends who like it, let's have a wave of 666. At the entrance of the villa, a young and lively girl in her early 20s was holding a selfie stick and doing a live broadcast. Chapter 3846. Sumin was 21 years old this year and was still a university student. At the same time, there is also a part-time job, which is the outdoor live broadcast on Dosha. It was the same as other people's outdoor live broadcasts. Others were eating, catching fish in the water, or searching for wild animals in the mountains. But Sumin's outdoor live broadcast was a little different. That was to investigate some supernatural matters. For example, staying in the mountains at night. For example, visiting haunted houses, etc. Due to her uniqueness, Sumin had gained countless fans on her outdoor live broadcasts. Although she was not the #1 outdoor sister in a year, she had accumulated millions of fans. Today, Sumin was there to take a look at a problematic villa in Jiangbei district. Sister Su is mighty and domineering. Today's villa is so classy. I really feel like sleeping in the soaring dragon manor. It is said that there was a murder case here. As soon as Sumin started broadcasting, 200,000 to 300,000 fans flooded into the live broadcast room. At the same time, there was a wave of rewards. Many people have already guessed it. This is indeed the villa of the soaring dragon manor. Sumin openly admitted. "This place is different from other places. It's really cold. Look, even my hair is standing on end." The selfie stick zoomed in. Sumin's hair stood on end, and he even had goosebumps. There was another round of exclamations in the live streaming channel. "However, you don't have to worry." Suman laughed. "As an outdoor streamer, your man is quite daring. For example, I was fortunate enough to invite a powerful expert today." The selfie stick moved, and a handsome young man appeared. "Hello, everyone. I'm Sumin's friend. I'm here to protect her today." The handsome young man smiled and said, "Furthermore, I am a feng shui master, and I specialize in catching ghosts. Everyone can rest assured." The corner of the handsome young man's mouth curled up slightly, looking very proud. Suman pulled the camera back. "Everyone, don't worry. Who knows? You might even have the chance to witness a real ghost hunter. I didn't expect that someone would come here to do a live broadcast." Chien Duo also saw it. Youngsters these days are really bold. And it's even a girl. Lin Fei laughed. "This only proves that you are old." While they were talking, Lin Fei and Chien Duo arrived at the entrance of the villa. "Brothers, you're also here to look at the house." The one who spoke was not Sumin, nor was it that handsome young man, but a real estate salesman. Unlike other people, no one was willing to come to this villa in the soaring dragon manner. But this time there was no other way, because the higher-ups had a request. Yes, let's look at the house. Qian Duoduo said. Lin Fei sized up the villa. Looking closer, the sky above the villa was shrouded in a ghostly aura, causing the entire area to be shrouded in an eerie wind and extremely hot. I'm afraid you'll have to wait for a while. The salesperson said. Wait until they go in first. Qian Duoduo was a little unhappy. Your sales method is very interesting. Do you think anyone will want this house? The house seller smiled bitterly. You can only wait. At this moment, the handsome young man said, Our family's Sumin hasn't entered the live broadcast yet. If you guys go in first, how can the live broadcast be? Why? Qian Duoduo said in dissatisfaction. You really want to buy a villa with problems? Qian Duoduo still believed Lin Fei's words. If there was a problem with the villa, then there was definitely a problem. In the past, he felt that selling it at a low price might be bad luck. But now that he thought about it, it was not the case at all. There was a problem. There was definitely a problem. The handsome young man raised his eyebrows. Just because I'm Yu Longfei, what do you think? It was not that Qian Duoduo did not take an anchor and a young man seriously. But when he heard the name, his expression suddenly changed. You are young master Yu? Yu Longfei said indifferently. Since you know my name, why aren't you Scram? I'm in a good mood today. If it was any other time, I would definitely make you suffer. Qian Duoduo was indeed afraid. I'm sorry, young master Yu. I really didn't know it was you. Qian Duoduo explained, a trace of cold sweat appearing on his forehead. What are you guys doing? Sumin ran back from the main entrance. He had just gone to introduce the villa to the people in the live broadcast room, so he prepared to go in. When he came back, Sumin realized that someone had come. It seemed like they wanted to buy a house. Yu Longfei laughed. It's nothing. They just wanted to go in and take a look. I told them to wait first. Qian Duoduo lowered his voice and said, Brother Lin, I think we can only wait. This person has a powerful background. Lin Fei retracted his gaze from the villa. Qian Duoduo took a deep breath. Indeed, he has a powerful background. Although my family is quite wealthy, and we aren't afraid of ordinary people, we really don't dare to offend this person. He is the adopted son of Master Yu Zishan of EC. Who would dare to offend him? If he dares to do so, our family definitely won't be able to handle it. Yu Zishan? Lin Fei recalled the words of Chen Fugui that day in Book Garden. If he is an adopted son, his background is indeed not small. Yes, it's Master Yu Zishan. Qian Duoduo didn't dare to offend Master Yu Zishan. He has a total of 5 adopted sons. This is the youngest one, and also the one he dotes on the most. It is said that he is extremely talented. Sumin laughed happily. You guys are quite bold. This is a problematic villa. Ordinary people wouldn't dare to come and take a look. Yu Longfei said, That's right, so I asked them to wait outside. Sumin wasn't as overbearing as Yu Longfei. If you guys want to go in, you guys can go in together. My friend is very powerful. Qian Duoduo didn't dare to agree, so he subconsciously looked at Lin Fei. All right, Lin Fei said. The moment he said that, Yu Longfei squinted his eyes and shot a cold glare at Qian Duoduo. It was a very threatening look. Little Su, this isn't good, Yu Longfei said. After all, I'm not very clear about the situation inside. If there are too many people, I'm afraid that I won't be able to take good care of them. Sumin revealed a bright smile and laughed. Do you really think that there are ghosts? There are no ghosts in this world. Moreover, it's broad daylight right now. Even if there are ghosts, they will just die if they come out. Lin Fei laughed. There are no ghosts in this world. It's just a psychological effect. Qian Duoduo was also speechless at Lin Fei. He still dared to speak in such a situation. Didn't he see that Yu Longfei's gaze was like he was going to devour someone? Since you want to go in, then go in. Yu Longface said. Save the trouble. I won't let you guys in. Sumin didn't notice Yu Longface's tone. He laughed and said, Brothers, come with me now. Let's explore this villa and see if it's as scary as it is said to be. The house seller took a deep breath and ran up to open the door. When the door of the small courtyard opened, a gust of cold air blew in, from the top of their head to the bottom of their feet. It's so cold. Qian Duo subconsciously stood behind Lin Fei. Chapter 38:47. P.S. Only one update today, Con. This villa is the one with the best location in our soaring dragon villa. The original price went straight to 83 million. The salesman introduced as he walked. From the expression on his face, he seemed to be very afraid of this place. If it wasn't for the fact that he had no other choice, he really wouldn't want to come to such a haunted place. Brother Lin, this place gives me a feeling of panic. Qian Duo shrunk his neck, and his hair stood on end. Lin Fei walked unhurriedly. From the first glance, this place was indeed quite good. Not to mention anything else. Just the courtyard area here was larger than other places. The overall appearance of the villa also made Lin Fei very satisfied. As for the Yin wind and ghost aura in the villa, it was nothing. Sumin explained with a bright smile, This villa is very cold, as if it's in the mountains. It's very comfortable in summer. I suspect that I have to sleep with a blanket at night. The salesman quickly opened the door of the villa. Woo woo woo. As soon as the door of the villa was opened, a gust of cold wind blew. Sumin was the second to walk. When the cold wind blew, he sneezed. The camera on the selfie stick shook a little. There's a problem. Footprints, it's too evil. Who dares to live in this villa? The fans in the live broadcast room also shouted. In the live broadcast room, they saw a series of faintly discernible footprints on the clean ground in the villa. Who ran in again? The salesman cursed and hurriedly explained, There's no need to panic about this. Maybe it's a child from nearby who came here to play. I'll get the Annie to come and clean up later. Sumin smiled. It's fine. He was the first to walk into the villa. Everyone follow me to take a look. Sumin had a talent for live broadcasting. After entering the villa, he immediately took a look around. Yu Longfei stood behind Sumin, not leaving her side at all. You guys take a look around first. I'll go find the cleaning auntie. The salesman came over and said to Lin Fei and Qian Duo. Go ahead. Lin Fei said with a smile. He didn't stop him. After the seller left, Qian Duo said, That kid is probably scared. How could he leave at this time? I'm afraid he doesn't think anyone will buy this house. A villa with a problem didn't need much publicity. Almost everyone in the circle knew about it. It doesn't matter if it's here or not. Lin Fei looked around. As long as I like this place. Brother Lin, you don't really want it. Qian Duo followed Lin Fei. I always felt that this place was eerie. I heard that there was a problem here before, but now it seems that the problem here is even bigger. Hearing Lin Fei's words, Qian Duo felt uneasy. Lin Fei smiled and didn't say anything. He looked from the first floor to the second floor all the way to the third floor. Overall, he was very satisfied. It was big enough. The privacy of the space was quite good. This place was more suitable for alchemy. As for the problem with the villa itself, it was not worth mentioning in Lin Fei's eyes. Qian Duo began to be suspicious. There's a ghost. When Lin Fei was standing on the balcony, Qian Duo, who had run to the toilet, suddenly let out an ah sound. Then he ran out in fear. Brother Lin, I saw a ghost just now. It's too scary. Let's hurry up and leave. Qian Duo's face was pale and his limbs were weak. Even if he was standing on the balcony, his body was still trembling. What the hell? Suman ran over. When he saw the fatty's appearance, his curiosity increased. You really saw a ghost? Qian Duo looked as if he was scared by something. I really saw a ghost. Qian Duo pointed to the bathroom. It's right there. In the mirror I saw a head. His head was full of knife wounds. He was smiling at me. The bathroom. Su Man was bold. Our luck is not bad. Let's go take a look together. In the bathroom. The area was not small. There was a bathtub and so on. Su Man carefully walked in. He didn't see anything on the mirror, but this mirror looked very strange. It had an inexplicable attraction. This mirror is very strange. Su Man looked at it. Everyone, don't you think so? The fans in the live broadcast room also felt different. It feels weird. It's really strange. How can there be such a mirror? Su Man didn't understand. Yu Longfei, who was beside him, smiled faintly. Actually, this mirror has been tampered with by someone. That's why everyone feels weird when they look at it. If it's at night, this mirror will become a passage. Everyone might not understand, but to put it in layman's terms, it's a ghost entrance. Ah, is that true? Su Man was shocked. Yu Longfei nodded. Today, I'll open your eyes. You have to know that I'm a real master. When he said this, his eyes swept across Qian Duo and Lin Fei. Qian Duo didn't dare to look at him. Brother Lin, is what he said true? Although Qian Duo was worried, he still carefully looked over. This Yu Longfei's words were too unbelievable. Ghost entrance. No matter how he looked at it, it seemed very mysterious. Lin Fei smiled. What do you think? Qian Duo asked one question after another. Yu Longfei's words undoubtedly aroused the curiosity of many people in the live broadcast room. Ghost entrance. Yu Longfei asked Su Man to walk to the side while he walked in front of the mirror. Look carefully. Yu Longfei also had some interest in this place. As one of the foster sons of Master Yu Zishan, Yu Longfei's eyesight was quite good. He could see that there was something wrong with this villa. A ghost entrance was indeed more surprising. Open. Yu Longfei's expression changed and became solemn. He reached out and took out a talisman and drew it in front of the mirror. White smoke flashed and condensed, floating on the mirror just like that. Everyone, did you see that? Su Man was also excited. As an outdoor streamer, this was the first time he saw such a shocking scene. Whoosh! The white smoke slowly seeped into the mirror. The whole process took less than a minute. In front of the originally bright mirror, there were strange runes all over it. Almost the entire mirror was covered with them. Wow, a big shot! What are these words? Why don't I recognize them? Su Man also didn't recognize them, but he felt uncomfortable looking at them. These are ghost runes. Yu Longfei said. These are the special words used to open the ghost entrance. Wait until midnight. This entrance will open. Who knows? We might be able to see ghosts. Su Man blinked. There's really a ghost entrance. Yu Longfei said, there are many things in this world that you don't know, such as this ghost entrance. Unfortunately, it's not midnight yet, but to be able to see these ghost runes is also an opportunity for everyone. Ha ha ha, I'm dying of laughter. A burst of laughter made the smile on Yu Longfei's face sink. Chapter 3848. Ha ha ha, I'm dying of laughter. The person who laughed was none other than Lin Fei. He was laughing heartily. Actually, Lin Fei did not want to laugh. However, he could not help it. He could only laugh. Su Man blinked his eyes. Brother, is there something wrong? Lin Fei ignored Yu Longfei's gaze. I just want to laugh. Some people are not skilled enough and speak nonsense. However, they can still fool their master. What are you talking about? Yu Longfei said angrily. His gaze was murderous. I dare you to say it again. As the godson of Master Yu Zishan, he had never been ignored like this before. If Su Man had not started a live broadcast, Yu Longfei would have taught this guy a lesson. He wanted to let him know that it was easy to offend people with too many words. What kind of ghost passage is this? Do you think this is a fantasy world? Lin Fei laughed. What ghost text? It's fine if you don't recognize it. but you are just trying to fool people. Do you think you are so great? Nowadays, people are getting worse with each generation. Sumin was in disbelief. That's impossible. The runes on the mirror were indeed very strange and creepy. The live broadcast room was bustling. Who is that? He's quite daring. He dares to laugh at you, Zishan's godson. He thinks he is very powerful. He is going to be slapped in the face later. Many of the fans in the live broadcast room were from Donghai. Master Yu Zishan was known to only a few people. After checking the information, the situation of his godson was very clear. The name of a person was like the shadow of a tree. As a godson, who would dare to look down on him? He could do whatever he wanted in Donghai. How arrogant. If this isn't ghost text, what is it? Yu Longfei laughed coldly. Lin Fei chuckled. Ghost text. You might not be able to recognize it even if it was written. However, since you want to know, I will open your eyes. Otherwise, you will say that I am a bully. Brother, could it be that you are also an expert? Sumin smiled. Expert? Lin Fei shook his head. Wrong. I am just an unemployed person. I can't be compared to such a high-level profession. Unemployed person? Qian Duo wanted to laugh. Yu Longfei's gaze turned even colder. Then let me have a look. Yu Longfei stared at the man. I've seen a lot of mysterious things in this circle, so I'm curious. If the words on the mirror aren't ghost characters, then what could they be? Lin Fei said, sure, no problem. He strode to the mirror. Oh, it's just something I scribbled casually. Lin Fei reached out and wiped it. The words on the mirror were instantly erased. However, this is actually a ghost here. It belongs to someone who died a wrongful death and was left behind unwillingly. Yu Longfei laughed out loud. Ha ha ha, ghost tears. This is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my life. What ghost tears are you talking about? You still have the cheek to say that they were left behind by a ghost who died unjustly. Wow, it's blood, it's all blood! Sumin suddenly exclaimed, her beautiful eyes flashing with a strange light. Brothers, did you see it clearly? It's blood. It's unbelievable. There's actually such a thing in this world. Sumin had seen this scene before. At this moment, the words on the mirror, which were called ghost characters, were all turned into blood after Lin Fei wiped them lightly, and they flowed down. This scene caused many people in the live broadcast room to exclaim, how is this possible? Yu Longfei's expression changed, and he found it hard to accept this scene. It's obviously ghost characters, okay? But now, that's why there's no such thing as a ghost passage in this world. Lin Fei smiled and said, it's true that there was a ghost who died a wrongful death in this villa, and this is the complaint he left behind. You're talking nonsense, Yu Longfei interrupted. It's obviously ghost characters, okay? Lin Fei couldn't be bothered with him. Yes, you're an expert. I'm an outsider. Lin Fei turned around and walked out. By the way, it's better for you not to stay in this villa. Sumin blinked and said, why? Lin Fei chuckled. Because the ghost who died a wrongful death is going to evolve into an evil spirit. Sumin shivered. Little brother, you must be bragging. Yu Longfei felt embarrassed. Little Su, don't listen to this guy's nonsense. He must have done something just now. If you don't believe me, I'll prove it to you tonight. Lin Fei came out of the villa. Brother Lin, what you said just now was true. Qian Duo returned to the sun, and more or less recovered some of his complexion. Just now he was really scared out of his wits at the thought that there would be evil spirits appearing in this villa. Qian Duo really couldn't believe it. Of course it's true. Lin Fei laughed, and it's a very fierce evil spirit. Then let's go. Qian Duo did not dare to stay any longer. Why are you leaving? Lin Fei said, such a good place. I have to buy it first. 5 million Chinese dollars is really cheap. You want to buy it? Qian Duo exclaimed. Didn't you say that there would be evil spirits here? So, I want to buy it and eliminate this evil spirit. Otherwise, many people in this soaring dragon villa will die. Lin Fei said. Master Lin, you really know how to catch ghosts. Qian Duo also changed the way he addressed him. Isn't it just catching ghosts? It's just so. Lin Fei said very casually. What a joke. An immortal expert would be afraid of evil spirits. That would really become a joke. Then can I come and take a look? Qian Duo asked carefully. Lin Fei found it funny when he heard it. Didn't you say that you are afraid of ghosts? Why do you want to see ghosts? Aren't you afraid that ghosts will attack you? Qian Duo laughed dryly. That's because Master Lin is here. The house seller was also shocked. Someone was really willing to buy this villa. Today doesn't seem to be April Fool's Day. Ever since the news of the last incident spread, coupled with people getting into trouble one after another, everyone's face changed when they heard of this villa. The price dropped all the way. Even the soaring Dragon Villa's villa was affected. Are you sure you want to buy it? The house seller confirmed, lest he was happy for nothing. Of course, why not? Lin Fei smiled. It's just 5 million. Why not take advantage of such a good thing? The house seller didn't know whether to laugh or cry. He didn't dare to hesitate and immediately went to report and print the contract. In less than an hour, special matters were handled according to special circumstances. Lin Fei became the new owner of this villa. This 5 million was worth it. Master Lin, do you want to prepare something? Qian Duo came out and said, I still know some people in this field. No need. Lin Fei shook his head. We can wait until evening. Then I congratulate Master Lin on obtaining a villa. Qian Duo also knew how to talk. When the news of him earning tens of millions from 5 million spread out, it would definitely cause a sensation. Chapter 3849. At night, the moon was dark and the wind was strong. It was almost midnight. Lin Fei came to Soaring Dragon Villa, with Qian Duo following behind him. This guy was very bold and insisted on coming over to broaden his horizons. Master Lin, this place changes a lot at night. The moon was dark and the wind was strong. Compared to the outside of Soaring Dragon Villa, this place was filled with a chilly atmosphere. Qian Duo didn't dare to think that this was a positive change in temperature. Evil ghosts are about to appear. How can it not change? Lin Fei said as he walked. At midnight, the yin energy in the world is the heaviest. It was almost midnight at Soaring Dragon Villa. It was quiet. Lin Fei came to the villa he bought. Under the night, there seemed to be a layer of black fog shrouding it. Qian Duo suddenly pointed at the villa and said in a low voice, There's light inside. The lights in the villa were faintly discernible, but it was still caught by Qian Duo. Lin Fei glanced at it indifferently. Don't be afraid. It's just normal light. It should be that Anchor Su Man and Yulong Fei during the day. They are quite bold. During the day, Lin Fei had reminded them, but they didn't care. Instead, they came at night. Should we inform the villa's security? No need. Lin Fei smiled. They like to take risks. Let them take risks. In the villa, Su Man and Yulong Fei came again. Actually, it was Su Man who suggested it. Yulong Fei's emotions were also in it. He was annoyed by that guy during the day and was unwilling to accept it. When they came out, that guy was gone. Little Su, it's okay. I'm here. Yulong Fei smiled and continued, It's almost midnight. At that time, I'll let you experience my ability to catch ghosts. It's not an undeserved reputation. Su Man was quite bold, but he was still a little afraid. Why don't we leave? Su Man didn't turn on the live broadcast. It was purely out of personal curiosity and Yulong Fei's incitement. He wanted to see the ghost passage that he talked about during the day. But when it really came, Su Man was afraid again. It's okay to listen to me. Anyway, it's almost time. Yulong Fei didn't want to leave. Don't listen to that guy's nonsense. When this matter was brought up, he was still full of anger. Fortunately, There weren't many people around during the day. If word got out, he would be laughed at. Humph, it's not a good thing to talk behind someone's back. The villa's lights came on. Lin Fei walked in with a smile. You still dare to come? Yu Longfei's eyes were spitting fire. Can't I? Lin Fei didn't care about Yu Longfei's expression. Oh yes, by the way, I've bought this villa. It seems like you've broken into my villa. Do you think I should call the police, or… Bro, you still dare to buy this villa? Sumin suspected that he had heard wrongly. He knew that there was something wrong with this villa. Why not? Lin Fei smiled and said, 5 million isn't a loss and it's not a scam. Tell me it's a good deal. If the problem is solved, it's worth tens of millions. Sumin burst out laughing. You're really brave. Only when I'm brave will I dare to do anything, Lin Fei said seriously. This is called finding riches in danger. If it's right, it'll be even more profitable than buying a lottery ticket. Sumin was convinced. He really couldn't find any words to refute what Lin Fei said. Aren't you afraid of losing your life? Yu Longfei said coldly. He looked uncomfortable. Qian Duo stood behind and watched. He was completely convinced of Lin Fei's abilities. No one will think you're mute if you don't speak, Lin Fei said calmly. If I'm not happy, I'll call the police and you'll have to leave obediently. You dare. Yu Longfei's face darkened. There's nothing to be afraid of, Lin Fei said. In my villa, as long as you behave yourself, everything will be fine. If you don't behave yourself, I'll sue you for trespassing and call a few reporters over. I guarantee that you'll be on the headlines. The veins on Yu Longfei's hands were about to pop. Shameless. How could there be such a person? You're ruthless. Yu Longfei really didn't dare to do anything. He was the master's adopted son. If he were to make the headlines, wouldn't he be laughed at to death? One must know one's own limits, Lin Fei said with a smile. When I allow you to pretend, I don't mind. When you shouldn't pretend, you better behave yourself. You must know that this is a society ruled by law. The master's adopted son can't barge into someone else's house. Yu Longfei gritted his teeth in hatred. He really wanted to send this guy flying with a slap. It had been a long time since someone dared to act like this in front of him. When you're unlucky, I'll definitely make you look good. Yu Longfei sneered in his heart. Calculating the time, it was almost midnight. Once it was midnight, at that time, Sumin more or less knew how powerful Yu Longfei was. However, he didn't dare to say a word. Little brother, we really didn't barge in on purpose. We just… Sumin stuck out his tongue. He looked uncomfortable. Crash! In a short time, the time jumped to midnight. The lights in the villa became unstable and began to flicker, accompanied by the whistling of the chilly wind, causing one's hair to stand on end. Ah! Sumin was the first to be afraid. The second was Qian Duo. There's blood. There's blood on the floor. The originally empty villa, after the lights flickered. Blood seeped out from the floor. There's blood on the wall, too. Sumin's face turned pale again. It turned out that there was blood seeping out from the wall as well. It wasn't just one. Little Sumin, it's nothing. It's just a trick. Yu Longfei said disdainfully. It's the lowest of the low. Trick. Sumin didn't dare to move any more. Little demon, show yourself. Yu Longfei looked at Lin Fei proudly. He took out a talisman and slapped it forward. Crash! The lights no longer flickered. Instead, it directly dimmed. It was like an old light bulb in the countryside. The blood on the floor and the wall also disappeared. Woo, 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 woo. These things were gone. Instead, a cold wind blew. In the cold wind, a figure appeared. It's him, the owner of this villa, Zhao Yinghao. His net worth is more than 1 billion. Qian Duo covered his mouth. His legs began to tremble. At this time, Zhao Yinghao's figure appeared. His body was covered in wounds. His head in particular was almost broken into pieces. It was a horrible sight. I died so miserably. I died so miserably. Zhao Yinghao's voice echoed. It's just a red ghost. It can scare children. Yu Longfei glanced at him and became even more disdainful. Su Min hid behind Yu Longfei. It's too scary. Ghosts. Do they have different levels? Of course. Yu Longfei showed off. Red, orange, yellow, green, cyan, blue, purple. These are the levels of ghosts. Among them, purple ghosts are the most powerful. They're called the Ghost King. This ghost is just a little ghost.